Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. We're back with more Zenless Zone shenanigans. Today finally starting the 1.1 content, because all the 1.0 stuff is actually finished. We're there. But I hope you've all been doing well. I hope you've all had a great weekend. I hope you all enjoyed Gamescom more than I did. I found Gamescom very underwhelming last night. I mean, I never expect much from it, but still, it was kind of like whatever. Like, the best Gamescom announcement wasn't at Gamescom. It was the Shadow Generations trailer that launched like 5 or 6 hours before the show. That was like infinitely better. But I digress. Hope you're all doing well and watch that stuff. Well, I do, because I like to keep on top of announcements and see if there's anything interesting coming and whatnot. But other than like Civilization 7 for people that care about Sid Rev, like the Civilization series, Borderlands 4, which is hilariously poor timing considering the film bombed and no one watched it and the movie sucked, and it's just like, oh yeah, cool, and now here's Borderlands 4, yeah, it's like, ooh. And yeah, Civilization 7, I can't remember what the release date was. I think it's like, it's early next year. I can't remember what the release date is on my head. And Borderlands 4 was confirmed for next year. Oh, did you play the beta then? Because Civ 7 is not officially out yet. It comes out officially like next, like I want to say either late this year or early next year as a release date. But I know they did like a beta run. But I digress. Hey Xingyi. Manager, I arrive.
Finally, I found the full series. I was worried someone might.
Oh yeah, I finally got Xingyi.
So I came straight here after work.
Don't worry, no one ever borrows this tape. There's no risk of someone else taking it from you.
God, if I was looking at social media stuff. Oh no, no worries.
Really? Nobody borrowed this one-of-a-kind videotape?
Xingyi, essentially, I started this off-screen. This is one of the trust events for Xingyi. And basically she went, oh, do you have this box set of this old TV show? And Belle was like, no one watches that fucking show anymore. No one buys it either. We don't really have it in stock. And you went, oh, can you look for me? And went, well, there's one left covered in dust in storage. And now here we are giving it to Xingyi.
It's mostly just showcasing good restaurants and fun places to visit. Isn't it kind of weird that you want to binge watch the whole series?
I'm just doing fine, just streaming Tsukihime and listening to Satan Stream. Civ 6 is already considered the pariah of the franchise. I mean, I've never really been into that. I've said many times before, my only real history of Civilization was Civ Rev on the 360. And I played it with my friends that really wanted me to play it, but they were all really good and practiced with the game, and they kind of didn't. They were kind of nice to me for only like 5 minutes, and then afterwards just went straight into Civ mode and devoured me, and it, funnily enough, made me have negative interest in never playing the game ever again. Back when I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Is that weird? I just wanted to collect as much data
back on the Xbox. Speaking of the Xbox, Indiana Jones, the Great Circle, the video game that's been made by Machine Games, that's confirmed getting a PlayStation release. Even though it's like an Xbox first-party title, it's getting a PlayStation release. It won't be straight away. By the looks of how they like placed it, it'll be like 3 to 4 months after its release on Xbox and PC. It'll come to PlayStation, which is fine. It's like it's an Xbox first party. I think that's all right. But yeah, I might entertain getting that when it comes out on PlayStation, because it does look really good. Everything I've seen on it looks promising. But over to go, and most people in Civ Rev 2 Plus is great. I've heard very mixed things on Civ Rev 2. Was it the Plus version that kind of changed it around? I remember like when Rev 2 came out, people really weren't on board with it compared to Rev 1. So I found the genre.
If you're not interested, I can watch it on my own. You don't have to keep me company.
I'm not totally uninterested. Since I'm free anyway, let's watch together, shall we?
Plus was the game changer. Oh, that's fair enough. You watched the complete series of the Raidu Tour with Xingyi. The complete series is, well, quite complete. Oh, okay, Belle didn't like it at all.
That was fascinating. fascinating. I didn't realize it's so late already. Sorry for keeping you up, manager.
Did they binge it for like
Manager?
16 hours straight and then Belle collapsed?
What? No, I wasn't sleeping.
Can't believe you dozed off. You missed the part where they were really critiquing your store in the show.
Was it positive or negative? It must have been positive, surely.
Was that a good or bad review? My language module is too limited
All right,
to
Shinji.
understand the nuance.
Come on, Shingy. Just tell me already.
Just rewatch it if you're really curious.
Oh, she's gonna be like, I guess we're gonna have to watch the whole thing again.
Could be episode 49. Oh, wait. Maybe it's 2308. Who knows? Sorry, my memory fails me. That's what
Belle
happens
looks
when
so
you get older.
depressed. She's like, I don't want to be in this conversation right now. Shingy shrugs, stands up and makes way to leave. Why is it like this? Humans have a right to feel sleepy after working hard. Please understand. Shingy can now promote the store. Oh, you little gremlin. I just remembered again. And maybe it was the issues between 245 and 2071. Anyway, that's really helpful. I should recommend your store to everyone on the force. Thanks, Shingy. Yeah, I did roll her. I'm still working on her, though.
Taste it's off.
Because, firstly, I'm out of level up materials, like, entirely. So she's stuck at level 44 for now. I don't think I have enough to get level 50. And, most importantly, I don't have her weapon. And I'm still working on it. But I do want to build her because she's going to be part of Team 2. Essentially, you're looking at them right now. Like, Team 1 is this top row. Team 2 will be these two. And then Jane Doe when she comes out. Good news that you'll play for Revive Vengeance by me to buy Nocturne. Ooh! Enjoy. Understand that Nocturne is a very fucking old game. It is 21 years old. So there are a few things that are janky and slow and awkward just because of how the industry has grown since then. But if you can get past that, enjoy what is honestly my all-time favorite game. Oh, I know. Oh, welcome home, Belle. I just got a DM from the NEPs. They sent out NEP 5 has been delayed. What? No! I was waiting to come talk to you about it. They wanted to take... It hasn't. I was just making a joke. What about Dante? It was his themes. Yeah, in the original release of Nocturne, there was no voice acting whatsoever. In the remaster, they added voice acting, like both Japanese, English, and I want to say it was another language as well. So the remaster that came out a few years ago, I think I want to say 2019 or 2020, it just made sense if you're going to have someone voice Dante, get Ruben Langdon, because he's been voicing him since DMC3. But yeah, if you want the primo original Nocturne experience, you play it without voice acting, because that's how the original game released. There was zero voice acting in the original Nocturne on any version. It was all just text that you read. That's what I mean by the game's on the older side. There's no voice as a trip, yeah. I get ya. I'm so happy they kept it as his DMC2 design, because in the remaster they could have very easily gone, oh, well, DMC2 ended up not doing so hard. We could make it a different design of Dante. No, they committed. They was like, no, we made it DMC2 Dante originally, it's still DMC2 Dante today. I was like, hell yeah, I love this design. It's like one of the few things I liked about DMC2 was Dante's design in it. I genuinely think that Get Up rocks. You gotta work your arse off if you want Dante to be playable, but it's worth it. We'll spawn the nearest precinct to update our business asset certificate and the video store, because you have to get the floor 5 of the Labyrinth of Amala, and that requires you to basically 100% the game. Not 100% literally, I mean as in all across the games. You know in SMT5 I thought like all those skeleton bosses, those secret skeleton bosses are called the Fiends? They've been around the entire franchise. In DMC3, outside of the first one, they're all hidden. Like, they don't have big glowing lights you have to go find them on. sort of thing, like in 5, it's like the big thunderbolts in the sky. They're all hidden, you need to go find them. Every other one you fight unlocks an extra floor of the Labyrinth of Amala. Defeating all of them unlocks you the 4th floor of the labyrinth, not the 5th, the 4th. When you get through the whole of the 4th floor, you get a quest item you then have to take to someone on the 2nd floor of the labyrinth. You then need to go to, I want to say it was Ginza, one of the cities, and there's someone who's looking for the thing that guy gives you. You give it to him, and in return he says, oh, I found this weird key, you can have it. And that key gets you into the 5th floor. And then when you first step foot on the 5th floor, Dante will show up and says, hey, do you want me to join you? And the funny thing is that you can say no, and he just goes, yeah, alright, and then he just doesn't join you. But it's like, why the fuck would you say no at that point? You've done all that work. It's like, no, just say yes, pick the bitch up. And it's worth doing anyway, because if you commit to it and get to the end of the 5th floor, firstly, you unlock the secret final boss. So when you beat Kasaguchi, you get the true final boss beyond it. And you get Pierce, which is a passive that makes all of your attacks ignore defense. Which is like one of the most busted passives in the entire franchise, because I don't need to tell you how making it that all of your skills ignore defense is really fucking good. Which is, but the thing is, the boss fight is balanced around you having that. Especially in the remaster. In the original version, Dante was good, but he wasn't good against that secret final boss, because, you know, it's built around you having Pierce, and Dante doesn't have it. In the remaster, they corrected it. Dante learns Pierce. I think it's called Sun's Oath in, like, Dante's version, but it's Pierce. It works the same as it. So, like, they literally corrected his one fault. And now he's genuinely viable the moment you pick him up, because he joins you at, like, level 80 anyway. Like, you can unironically unlock Dante and then have him in your party for the rest of the game as a DPS. And not have to, like, worry about having, like, to swap him out for demons and whatnot. Obviously, you can make better demons, but for just going through the game casually, yeah, no, he's fine. You can get him and just keep him. Because the moment he picks up Sun's Oath, he becomes relevant. And the only reason they did that wasn't just because they're balancing that, it's because in the Chronicles edition, sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I love, if it hasn't obvious already, I love Nocturne. In the Chronicles version of the game, which was Japanese exclusive, which came out after the license expired, so they couldn't have Dante anymore, they put Raido in his place from the Devil Summoner series. Raido did have Pierce. And so when it came to the remaster, they realized that Raido was just objectively better to get than Dante, which is why they then gave Dante Sun's Oath, so he could also have Pierce. So then they could get rid of that objectivity and make them a lot more like, well, just pick which one you prefer. Do you want Devil Summoner, or do you want Devil Hunter? But yeah, I can't think of a single person who didn't pick Dink. The only trouble is, and I get it because, you know, story and whatnot, is that you can't take him with you into New Game Plus. When you finish your playthrough, if you want Dante again, you need to get back to that 5th floor on your next playthrough. That's like the only downside. It's like, oh man, I wish you could like keep him with you. Like, you can keep all your demons, but you can't keep Dante because he's too like story tied. Because you have to fight him twice, and you have the whole Labyrinth of Marla stuff. The 3rd floor of the Labyrinth is so scary because they make it that it's like, the 3rd floor of the Labyrinth, there's no enemies on the... So I know I'm rambling, but I will get back to this game. The idea of the 3rd floor, the Labyrinth of Marla, is that there's no actual enemies on it, because Dante's already killed them all, and he thinks you're a threat because you're a demon. So he's in the labyrinth looking for you, and they literally play it out like a horror, where like you're in this maze, you're having to hide from him, you're having to run away. Like if he spots you, or open fire to try and stall you so he can get close to swing at you. Like, you genuinely have to avoid him, like, peek around corners, like, hide in dark areas, like, if he's nearby. And if he spots you, his battle theme kicks in immediately. So you get jump scared by his battle theme. Like, you're just hearing, like, the music, like, da-na-da-na-da, ba-ba. Dante spots you, you just hear, da-na-da-da, and you're like, oh, God! It's so scary, and I love it. I love it. Like, and the thing is, if he does spots you and catches you, regardless of whether you win or lose the fight thereafter, he kicks you out the dungeon. So you have to actually avoid him to get through the 3rd floor. That's myself. I'm very excited for Natlan, despite the problems. I'm very excited for Natlan. I'm very excited to see Capitano and see where that's going. Star Rail, I'm really enjoying playing what Star Rail is, but Star Rail's kind of stuck in a lull period, and we knew it was coming. It's just Star Rail. This is Star Rail's first time of handling the post-main storyline quiet area, if that makes sense. Like, as in, like, when... Sorry, my throat's a little weird today. Like, with Genshin, when Inazuma finished in 2.1, 2.2 to around 2.5, it felt like fucking nothing happened. Because they weren't... It was their first time handling that, and they weren't really prepared to handle it. But with the 3-point series, they kept it interesting thereafter. And the 4-point series especially, Fontaine has been very consistent throughout the entirety of its go. I think the only update that's been kind of meh was 4.5, but that's because they were building up to Arlecchino that we now know. Star Rail's now going through their 2.1 afterwards Inazuma period, where, like, Penacony's done, and they've realized they kind of don't have that much to keep people going until 3.0, when we go to this ancient Rome-style planet. And so, although the stuff that's there is still fine, and I'm still enjoying it, and the side story going on in the Century Lawfu is okay, it's not hitting the same as Penacony. It's just kind of there, so it's like, it's kind of in a lull right now, where it's just kind of whatever. And Zenless is just where it's new and trying to find its feet, that it's got trouble. But I genuinely enjoy Zenless. I think Zenless is coming around. I think the chapter 1 was very weak, but after that it is coming around. And 1.1 they had a lot of quality left to make it more enjoyable. But Duke Inferno is not coming anytime soon to Star Rail. I think we know this. I think it's been long accepted that Duke Inferno, despite having a playable model, probably won't be playable until all 4 of his children, I guess, are shown in some capacity. Which is interesting, because one of them, we heard their voice in Penacony, but they never actually showed up, and I was kind of surprised at that, because I thought they were definitely going to. I forget which one it was. It was like the vampire lady with the tail. Like the devil vampire lady. I forget her name. Like Constance? Consonance? Or something like that. Like, we heard her voice. She talked to Black Swan over the phone, like, briefly, and then that was it. And it's like, oh, okay, bye then.
There's a message from Public Security reminding us to update the digital version of our business license.
Oh, speaking of Gamescom and Zenless, though, they teased, they had a trailer that teased, like, the outskirts of the city, showing that we are going to be leaving New Eridu eventually. Because there's, like, a proper, like... The only way to describe it, I know it's not the first to do this, but it's the easy way to explain it, like, Mad Max-esque area that's, like, outside New Eridu, where it's, like, it's all desert and badlands, like, everyone's got, like, rusty vehicles, and it's, like, where the Sons of Kaladin, or... I always call them Sons of Claydon, because I'm dyslexic, but it's Sons of Kaladin, like, come from. Like, that's where we're going to next, like, this proper, like, outskirts desert land. And I'm like, alright, I'm interested. And it just bores me. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Belle, you didn't just toss that message into the spam folder, did you?
No, I didn't. I was just getting ready to go now. You coming?
Sorry, headset being a bit staticky again.
The nearest place is Lumina Square Precinct. If we leave now, we should make it before they close.
New area unlocked, the PubSec Lumina branch. Ooh. I will say though, and I have said it a few times before, if Neverness to Everness, when that drops, is even half as good as it looks, I will probably drop Zenless, especially now I'm close to the Platinum. There's only one trophy I'm missing in this game, and it's befriending the cat. And if you want to see how close I am, I'm about halfway. Apparently it gets way easier when you get to the 3rd rank. Like, according to the guide I've been following. Like, when it gets to the 3rd rank, basically anything you do will make it like you more. But rank 1 to rank 2 is torture. Getting it from meh to just okay with you, like, getting it from, like, the straight face to the smile, it takes so fucking long. I hang out with this damn cat, like, 30 times, it felt like. And I've started working on, hanging out with Xingyi. It says Seth's here, but I don't think Seth's playable yet. I think he comes out with Jane Doe, which then makes the question, why isn't Jane Doe here? Because Jane Doe is tied to PubSec. Unless it's because we don't know her, quote-unquote, yet. Whilst, like, Seth, we could technically start his friendship stuff if we had him. Whilst Jane, we haven't met her yet, so we can't. Like, if she was rollable. Also, I'm also best buddies with a few characters. I'm getting closer with a lot of the gang.
You want to test my hammer?
Okay, let's go to the new area. Oh. Hey, imagine just being like, hey, you've unlocked a new area to go check out. Oh, cool. I wonder where these band of criminals, because proxies in this game are technically criminals, are going to venture to next. Oh, the police station. Huh? Huh? You'd be like, oh, what? This the police station was added in 1.1, so we are actually in new content now. Can I go, like, wander around, sneak around? I feel like I'm in a Hitman mission. It's like, oh, let me just sneak up. Oh, okay, there's really not much to explore. This feels like the start of a Hitman mission. Like, I've just entered New York Bank in a Hitman 2, and I'm about to start heading over this way. Agent 47, your target is the Chief Commissioner Xu Yuan. What? No! I'm sorry, Diana, I can't accept this. Why? I'm too much of a simp. 47! Sorry, I'll stop this stupid bit. You know what's wild? 47 was born in 1967. And all the games take place in modern day, and it's like, 47, you're getting on, my guy. You're in your 50s, my dude. You're not as young as you used to be. You're not as young as, like, the Hitman Silent Assassin days. I'll do Vengeance for Nocturne? Fair enough. I mean, that would probably help anyway, because Vengeance can teach you how, like, and get you more familiar with, like, making the most of the press turn system, and getting you used to understanding how important, buffs and debuffs are. Like, I can't think of many other RPGs where buffs and debuffs are as important as they are in Shin Megami Tensei. And so, getting you used to that, so then you go into Nocturne, you don't get your balls crushed as hard by that game. Because Nocturne is old school hard in a lot of ways, and it's like, if you don't learn how Nocturne works, it will eventually wall you off. There's a reason why people meme about the Matador fight so much. Matador is the actual filter of the game. The whole point of Matador is to test if you understand how the game works, and if you don't, you will not win. Like, end of story. He will not let you pass until you win, and you can't win unless you actually understand how the game works. 4, BO6, and one was, yeah. Oh, police siren. So, just, sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that, police siren just went up the road. But, I am interested in Black Ops 6, I just wish it wasn't permanently online, firstly. I wish it wasn't, like, 200 gigs, secondly, and I wish it wasn't, like, more expensive than any other game I've been interested in this year. Thirdly, like, it's just like, come on. But we'll see. I'll probably wait for it to come out. And then just kind of judge it from there. I said, I don't think there's anyone else lined up except for you. Good, citizen. How can I help you? So many pounds for the question. The fact that they charge extra for you to have it on PS5 and PS4 is the biggest fucking scam. I swear to God. The amount of games that have just gone, oh, okay, yeah, this game's like £40, like $45, like somewhere between $45 to $50. And if you buy it on PS4, then the PS5 comes out, it's like, yeah, you can have it for free. Like, we don't really, yeah, fucking, it's the same game. It's literally just on a hard console. Just fucking have it. Who cares? And then Activision's like, yeah, £65, which isn't even proper conversion. Because I know it's $70. That's not £65. That's like £60. You fuckers. It's like, and you can get the cross-gen bonus that allows you to have both versions. It's like, yeah, fuck, ugh. Scamming Bastards. I digress. What about your business credential issues? So you're a shopkeeper and you're here to update your business credentials, are you? I see. Please show me your citizen verification profile and I can take a look at that for you. After receiving the profile, the young female officer begins to wield the computer terminal with a certain flair. Found it. New Eridu Janus Quarter in the 6th Street neighborhood. A comprehensive video rental and retail service store going by the name Random Play. 2 trophies betwixt the two. Yeah, I suppose. It's just a business practice I don't like. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, then let's get down to business. To defeat... Sorry, I was... the normal... But it's still $10 they shouldn't be charging you, in my opinion. Especially because they will convert that to just £10 more in the UK, so we're actually paying more because, you know, heaven forbid they actually do price conversion. I know UK, like, definitely don't have it the worst when it comes to price conversion. Ask any third world country what the price conversion of Western games are like, and they will laugh at you. But, like, it's still, it's annoying. Every time I look at Twitter, and it's just like, oh, this game's coming to Brazil, awesome. Oh, why is it like 10 times the fucking price? Like, when you convert the price, when you actually do the price conversion, why is it like still like 10 times the amount it is in the US? Oh, it's just, okay. For you to sort it out, answer a few questions about your business credentials, and that's it. If you have any questions, we should get straight into it. What about the tense atmosphere? You mean all the heavily armed PubSec officers? Don't worry, they're just carrying out routine work. Exchange rate, bud. Still brutal. But there's one slight issue. Their work involves sending more bureaucratic personnel over, meaning your business credentials might take a couple extra days to update. Yeah, let's go. Don't take any more of your time, let's get started. Oh, who else is here? Oh, hey, Xingyi. Special episode, Undercover R&B. Oh, is it going to be we're going to play as other characters because Belle's got to sort out all her legal credentials?
There's a new report out. Excuse me.
Please continue, Captain Zhu Yuan.
Yes, sir. The target of our operation is the Mountain Lions, a militant group that believes in brutality and is known for its involvement in violent crimes. Their leader, Razor, has pulled together a fierce crew.
Hey, there's that rat we all love.
wit.
She's she's bottom middle on the bigger screen.
We should keep a close eye on.
Good old
is
Jane Doe.
Jane. She's played a key role in several criminal activities recently, rapidly rising through the ranks in the gang. These are the targets for this combat operation. We're planning to send a small elite squad for a surgical strike against their core forces.
Jane's the one
with
that broke the
goal
internet
of
because her
crippling the Mountain
booty
Lion
and her
gang.
thighs have unique
Captain,
jiggle physic
I have a
engines.
question.
Go ahead.
The Mountain
Hey,
Lions are
Seth.
strong because of their armed members, but even if they're
The amount of ship art I've seen between Seth and Jane, and I get it, because Seth is a cat fearing, and Jane is a rat fearing, and so the idea of, you know, cat and mouse, like, I get it. We'll have to see if, like, they actually have many interactions together, but I get what they're going for like, the shippers.
Because
We can't. At least not yet. You are correct, Officer Seth.
Exchange rate, they get out of
They
pennies
can
from those
call
countries.
themselves the Mountain Lions,
That's still,
but in the
that's
eyes
a
of the
shame.
law, they're
It's a shame it's
just
like that,
alley
but
cats
whatever.
with a bit more fluff. Nothing more. And certainly nothing to fear. The thing is, they're slippery.
Look at Seth's ear twitching.
That's right. These crooks
Seth
manage
is
to
a,
get away
I won't say
after
4-star
every
unit,
crime
A
by
rank
entering a
unit to use
hollow and
Zenless terms.
disappearing without a trace.
He's a 4-star unit that's coming out alongside Jane, which probably also helped the ships that they're coming out together.
Raids, including systematic sweeps of the hollows they frequent. It's a real shame we couldn't
Economics
find
101, yeah, I hate it, thanks.
Unless your report brings good news, Officer Ching Yi.
Oh? Let me think. The report indicated that our intel officers managed to detain a member of the Mountain Lion gang at an old construction site in a hollow. Now would be an ideal chance for a surprise strike.
Gosh, Xingyi's artwork sometimes. She's
Our
also like the
precinct
smallest
has
person in the
invested
room, and it's not even
significant
close.
time and resources in preparing for this operation.
And her playstyle, I might have to like show it off like at some point. Like I'll probably just use the demo version.
Yes, sir,
Her
I
playstyle
do.
is funny. Her
You're leading
playstyle
this
is just
operation.
whack
Remember,
everything around you, and if
we
anything
cannot
gets close,
afford
it's their
any
fault.
failures.
And I kind of vibe with her, like, her
that
moveset
clear?
because of it.
crystal clear, sir.
It's the whole Bart Simpson, I'm gonna keep walking like this, and if you get in the way, it's your fault. And he's like kicking in front of him as he walks. It's an awful long load. Hours later, within the zone of operation, God damn, Shu Yuan, you can kick me like that, no, thank you.
Attack formation!
Out of my way!
I like Seth's sword shield combo going on. Going back to oh, actually, we've got to show off Xingyi here. You can see in the little thing, you literally just mash the shit out of a tag and she just bips everything.
Spotted some mountain lion
Watch
goons
this.
up ahead.
You ready? I'm supposed to give me a tutorial for Xingyi, a character I own, but not Seth, a character I don't. Because, you know, he's literally not available yet for like another couple of weeks. Also, we didn't have to like go into, I know it's because we're not playing as like the proxy, but we didn't actually have to
on the second floor?
like go into like the TV mode or anything.
Looks
We
like
just
we
hopped
need a
in
key
because, you
card
know, we're
to
not
access the
following, we're
third
literally are
floor.
just doing
Let's
this.
find it.
Also, I like the music, I like the vibe. 7's enough energy, press special to activate the Thunder Shield Rush. Okay, now they're going to teach you. Electric damage, resolve, gaining a shield of firm resolve, hold it to increase its power. When resolve is greater than 75%, hold basic attack to consume the resolve to enhance its attack. Okay.
Look at the heaps of stuff over there. They really think that's going to stop us?
Just some makeshift barricades. It's nothing.
Seth?
Damn, that is a long fucking charge up for the attack, but it damn. You have to be like out in the open for a minute. Okay, that's the resolve then.
Don't push it too far.
But you can just spam it. You can just continue spamming square. She does this forever, by the way. This is what I mean by the I'm just going to keep doing this, and if you get in the way, it's your fault. Because she just beats the shit out of the floor around her. And then when you let it go, she finishes. And if you hold it, she spends her electricity to do that. But she builds up the electricity through doing this. But when you have to hit an enemy, but you have to do that. That's how she works. You hit enemies, she builds up. And then when you let it go, she lets go. But if you hold square, she then burns the energy.
Stay sharp.
Interesting. I'll teach these youngsters a lesson.
She is the Bart Simpson, yeah. But she's good for group stun, which is why I want her. Like, if there's several enemies and you want all of them stunned, she's fantastic for that. That's like her whole purpose.
Round them up.
Turn over, and you leave!
So like her single stun isn't as good as like some other stun units like Collider. But if you've got a group of enemies, she's fantastic. Which is why I'm trying to build her. So then I've got range. When I'm going for single target like bosses, I've got Collider. But when I need, like, there's a whole group of enemies that need to be short-circuited.
My turn!
Don't be hasty, youngster.
Beat the shit out of you for a second.
Captain, we didn't find the key card on them.
And come on, look at this little thing.
The key card must be around here somewhere.
She's cute, so she gets bonus points. Oh, that's a bomb!
What do we have here? Perfect. Let's defeat it and grab the data.
Okay, come back here. I'm not done beating the shit out of you yet.
You're under arrest!
You're headed behind bars!
Understood. I'll be right-handed.
Also, I love the fact that you can chase with it as well. I only just noticed it. If you dodge and then keep on pressing it, you can just like But it's an enemy over there. You can just be like, "Hey, I'm coming for you, bitch." Or one step and a fucking die. I'm coming. Considering the fact that Zenless have confirmed that they're working on actually having fully functioning multiplayer for this game at some point, I can't. If it ends up having any kind of deathmatch or competitive mode, it's gonna be really funny seeing a Xingyi player just like roll off on a son of a bitch like this. Because yeah, they confirmed it yesterday that they are working on proper multiplayer integration so people can play together, and they might do like competitive
Captain,
things later down the line as well, depending on like how it goes.
Keep a lookout. Move again.
That's 11's a sniper, right?
We've got
Yeah, she
company.
might be.
Watch out for an ambush.
Well, the thing is, characters like
showdown?
Soldier 11, Anby, and Ellen would be interesting to balance around if they did make it competitive. You know why? Because they auto-deflect bullets. So characters like Billy, Zhu Yuan has some physical attacks, but she does shoot a lot as well. Nicole, Grace, all of them would kind of just lose. like it's really stacked against them.
Contact. 2 o'clock.
Up there!
Oh, hello, Jane. Hello, the rat lady that
So
everyone
she's the
agrees
target
is like
we're
super
after?
fucking hot.
Affirmative.
We'll bring you to justice!
Oh, really? We'll see about that.
Also, Jane's hair is shaped
Think
like
you
a
can
rat skull.
handle my
Oh,
tricks?
she's actually here as a boss. Uh-oh. And actually, so's her knife. Her knife is shaped in like a rat skull from the side.
Show me what you've got. Stop resisting.
No idea of multiplayer. If it's collaborative multiplayer, I'm sure it'll be fine. As it, the only thing I'm interested
One more round.
is if they do actually commit. All right, Jane. Jesus, Jane. All right, you're a little fast.
Need a bandage.
Quick on your feet.
You're under arrest.
Jesus.
Don't resist.
You're headed behind bars!
Gotta be more serious now.
I can't Star Rail. To be honest, Star Rail to a certain extent, ignoring the fact that, you know, turn-based RPGs and making it still function online sometimes can be a little annoying and awkward. It's not impossible. There's several games that show it can be done. It's just awkward and annoying, and they might have to rework things. But it's also just, you know, developer focus. They don't want to do that. They want to focus on other areas. Whilst Genshin, it was outright a selling point, and Zenless is just something that people were really hoping for and asked for it a whole bunch, so it just makes sense.
You're under arrest!
And there are some things that are online with Star Rail, it's just all like side events.
Cross the line and you just...
Damn it! These officers are no joke! We need to get out of here! Now!
You're not going anywhere.
What are you looking at?
Oh, is the ship based on the fact that because of these two fight? Jeez, did you see how much her ass wiggled in that fucking frame? Alright, game.
You really the best the mountain lions got? Why do you keep scurrying away like some rat? Where's your honor?
She literally is a rat, you fucking idiot. She's a rat fearing, the same way you're a...
Hey!
Your fighting style is way too boring. All you do is come at me. It's seriously putting me to sleep.
Listen up, you scumbag! I'm gonna beat you fair and square! I don't believe in resorting to cheap tricks.
Oh, really?
That's too bad. Cheap tricks are what I'm good at.
I told you not to wander off. Look at us now. We're completely lost.
Get him!
I smell etheric matter. Be careful.
So I'll reach out in a second. I'm just watching this cutscene play out.
Slow us down. PubSec is on our tail. Don't make things difficult. Let's bail.
Hold it!
Who's there? Stay back!
Let them go! They're not a part of this!
I guess that makes sense. The cat dude would be able to like kind of see through it. Oh, the cutscene's still a little laggy.
Deal.
Wow, he's so honorable. Wow, he's so honorable, bless him. Admire the attitude.
See? Told you.
And there are human bosses in Star Rail. Argenti, Aventurine.
It's clearing.
Stay tight and keep alert.
You fight Kafka, you fight Lady, you fight that fucking kid.
The mountain lions are gone. They are slippery, just like Officer Byron said.
Hold on. Where's Seth?
There's the Bronya fight, because that fight annoys the shit out of me every time I do it.
All the gang members at the scene, except for Jane. However, 2 citizens and Officer
And
Seth
Bronya's
have gone
mother
missing.
when she shows up,
There
like
are
not the big
reports that
like
they were
ice cream
captured
one.
by the gang. Understood. Our team is ready and awaiting further orders.
So, what's the plan? What happens to us now that we've failed the
What's that?
operation? You're turning pale.
There's
so
a
I
healthy
guess
amount. The
this must
trouble
be it then.
with it is that when you
box
the
of my
trouble
desk and
Star
I
Rail
turn it
has
here.
is that where it wants to keep everyone being able to go along with the story.
Take my welcome
A lot of the boss fights, when you fight them in the story, are kind of easy, even if you're not that well built, because they want you more interested in the story, so they're kind of easy. So a lot of them aren't that remarkable, or you don't get to experience their gimmick because they're over too quick. It's only when you go do like the extra gauntlet modes, like Apocalypse Shadow or Pure Fiction, etc., where you fight them, but now they're actual boss fights, that you then get your ass whooped, and you're like, oh right, these humans know how to fight. Like Argenti's fucking cooking. Every single time I fight Argenti, I dread it, because if he brings out those fucking shields and you can't break them in time, it's over. He brings up the 4 shields and they just buff him, and it's just like, if you can't break them in time and he starts getting buffs, it's over. He just fucking kills you. Sunday. I think Sunday it made sense. Sunday, like, all of his efforts to, like, you know, reach the level of godhood was always going to result in him having some kind of holy form. And considering every other boss fight in Penacony was against a human, him being the only exception, come on. Well, I say that, there was 4 major bosses in Penacony. The first one was the evil demon snake, you know, like the death form. The second one was Sam. The third one was Aventurine, and then the 4th one was Sunday. So I suppose it's more accurate to say it's half and half. There's 2 humans and 2 monster-esque beings. I had to remember for a second to go through it in my head. It's not like with Sancho Lawfu, where it's Kafka, the deer, Yangxing, the creepy eye thing, and then the actual, like, goddess of destruction thing, Fantilla. And I think we're fighting Sunday. That's on you, dude. I was in tears. I thought that was a very impactful, and I'd even go as far to say it's one of the best boss fights in Star Rail. And one of the best story beats Hoyoverse have had in a while. I thought the Sunday fight was beautiful and extremely well handled. And it made me cry like a bitch, and that's saying a lot considering most of my attention was on fucking Raiden May, not Mel. Well, I really felt for that guy, and his, like, it was so blatant that everything that happened and led him to that point to become that thing. Everything was led to him believing that he had to be this godlike being solely. Yeah. It's solely because of, like, how much the Order had groomed him into being that person. into being this thing, that he has to be this sole protector that has to protect everyone, even from themselves, by controlling them in the dream realm, and he can only do that by being a god, so he makes himself seem like the image of a god by becoming this giant, like, weaver of fate mechanism. It's the closest he can get to godhood, and then he reaches up to the sky for the gods to finally answer him in a brief moment. But because it's falsified, it ends up causing a reaction that explodes, which is why that happens in the attack. It's very... I don't know what the right word is, other than fitting, but it's very thematic, and it's very fitting that that's what it was. I think it made a lot of sense, and it was very powerful. And I love Penacony. I think Penacony was phenomenal. The whole thing is because he has the maestro stick. I forget what it's called, the conductor's stick. And every single attack is him waving it, and then the puppets do musical-based attacks to reenact it, because he's writing the song sheet of the world. It's the melody of life, for lack of a better way, that he is rewriting to keep you safe. But under his new world order, he's reworking the melody of life to suit what he believes is right. And so he's literally the conductor, conducting everyone's melodies, conducting the life that you will be going through. I mean, he's the puppet to the Order, but like I said, that's because he was groomed by the Order. And, it's very clear that, everything that he believes in and everything that he sees was to some extent manipulated into him by these powerful beings when he was a child. That he was forced to be this very religious, very focused being that believed only what they said and saw their word as true. Which also then led to him having all of these beliefs and disconnections to his sister, who wasn't groomed like that and got the opportunity to experience more of the wider world.
Huh? Hold on.
Speaking of Sunday, I'm adamant we're not done. I think Sunday, we know that the Stellaron Hunters are after Sunday. We know that we're after Sunday because he's just gone. Well, we're gonna be because he's just going missing because the IPC broke him out. So the IPC also going for his own gains. I fear they're going to lean into the fact that Sunday can never escape this one glimmer of his fate, and that he's always a tool to someone else. And I think they're going to really make that more, and this is just entirely me theorizing, more potent as it goes on. That this person who just wanted, although he was wrong in how he handled it, just wanted to make sure everyone was safe no matter what, is never going to escape being attached by strings to someone else's hand. If it's not the Order, the IPC just broke him up for their own deeds. If it's not the IPC, the Stellaron Hunters are interested in getting him. If it's not the Stellaron Hunters, we're trying to get him. Because we need him under watch. I think that they could play a very powerful and potentially very emotional story with Sunday in the long run. Of leaning into the fact that he is always someone's pawn. He is always someone's puppet. And honestly, I've said it a few times before, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sunday ends up becoming a very major character way later on. We're talking endgame. I'm not going to say he's the final boss, I'm not going to guess that much. But I think he's similar to how I feel Arlecchino in Genshin is going to be super endgame, we're going to have to fight her again. I think Sunday is going to be, we have to fight him again super endgame. But when he's reached his true self one way or another. Regardless of whether that's actual in a god form, or whether that's in his human side, or whether it's more angelic, or whatever, I think we're going to fight him again, and it's going to be way later, and it's going to be he's going to be a lot more centralized as an antagonist. And the reason why I believe that is because Sunday's kind of the only fucking centralized antagonist we have, outside of Duke Inferno. And Duke Inferno still hasn't been seen on screen, so I don't really want to try and theorize about him until we know more. Because none of the Stellaron Hunters are really evil. If anything, half the time they're secretly on your side. Penacony kind of proved that with how much Firefly was doing everything for you. The IPC, although the organization is super evil and Jade is a complete manipulator, a lot of people within it clearly aren't, like Topaz and Aventurine. In fact, if anything, Aventurine's as much of a victim to the IPC than some of the planets they've destroyed. He's lost so much because of them, is why his plan was so actively suicidal, because he was trying to get away. And then what other villains? Oh, Bronya's mum, well, she's dead. All the Destruction Force? Well, yeah, come on, Destruction is going to become more of a thing until way later. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Like, Sunday is the only, like, really in-our-face, proactive villain. And it's like, I think they're going to do more with him yet.
The operation was a flop. But hey, you tried your best.
No, don't pat me. I'm fine. The
Fucking Shingy patting her back. Like, there.
I mean, not a total flop. We were at least half successful. I guess I should have filled you in right after the operation ended. You know how the mountain lions are really good at hiding, right? We can't root them out because they always manage to slip away in the hollows, making it hard for us to pin down their HQ.
Right. They call themselves lions, but all they do is scamper around like rodents. From the looks of it, I think we should send them a rat to be their leader.
Right! That's exactly it, Jingyi! You've got it all figured out!
Yeah, Jane's their insider. That's what they're getting at. Jane is their insider.
I might not have it all figured out, but I'll gladly take the compliments.
Well, actually, the rat idea you just mentioned, that was our plan all along. Maybe we should send them a rat to be their leader?
Shuyuan picks up an ID card from the table and hands it to Xingye. There she is. There's our Jane Doe in her glasses. In like a, I want to see her in that suit and red shirt. I want to see the full model. Our plastic ID card authorized by PubSec. It's the ID photo of Jane when she was an external staff consultant on criminal psychology. She's a smart lady too. She's fucking criminal psychology. Criminology specialist.
Huh? Jane Doe, contracted consultant for criminal behavior at public.
And because they can't let anything slip, it's like probably only Shu Yuan and like one or two special executives that actually know.
That's right. Jane's been working with us, and she's our inside agent for this operation. She's the rat we sent in, the real bait. The real purpose. And
I'm guessing, does Seth not know this? Because he was determined to beat the shit out of Jane. Does he not know, or is he just really committed to making it convincing?
The secrets of their HQ.
That's a bold move. So in that sense, our operation was a success. And Seth, I thought he was too straightforward to play such cunning tricks. He really fooled me. I thought they had actually captured him. Huh? Not funny? What's with that look on your face?
Seth actually did get captured. That's what it's...
I said the operation was
yeah, Seth was the bit where it went wrong.
Well, Seth, he's that other half. He and the civilians who were caught up in this, they were really captured by the mountain lions.
Meanwhile, inside the ballet twins hollow, what? We just cleared this place out last chapter. How is there a group of people here already?
Who do you think? Come on, open up!
Huh? But boss said I can only open up
if we're gonna start playing as Jane soon, I promise I will show off the booty wiggles.
I don't have all day.
With how much I've been joking about it, I find I will give you guys that. I will show you the booty wiggles.
Ballet Twins Hollow?
That's right. First time here, Jane? Makes sense. This transfer station is one of the closest to our base, the Lion's Den. By the rules, we're not supposed to come here without the boss's approval. Yeah! You need the boss's approval to be here!
Oh yeah? And who do you think you are around here? Maybe I should be asking you that question. Huh? Boss!
God, Jesus Christ, there's always a bigger fish.
Razor, the mountain lion himself.
I've already fought this guy in like the challenge mode, and he sucks. He's like one of the harder enemies to fight in the game. In fact, I'd say he's the hardest enemy to fight in the game. Because all of his attacks have insane range. When you think you're out of range for it, you get hit anyway.
To be followed. So why did you break them? Boss,
We were ambushed by PubSec. They were fast and precise. It all happened suddenly. Things got messy real quick. If we hadn't pulled out fast, some of us would have gotten busted.
Oh? Yeah, boss. We even snagged an officer as a bonus. Look! Did you pull this off? It was Jane.
Boss, Jane came through for us again today. She stole the officer.
Is it going to be that the whole crew simps for Jane and like wants her to be leader instead of the actual fucking boss? Is that how this works? Ooh.
It wasn't much of a fight. This idiot tried to play hero for some civilians. Like a mouse walking into a trap.
Good work, Jane. When the time's right, we'll see if there's a spot for you as a trusted bodyguard.
I'm sorry, Razor, do you need a bodyguard? You're like an 8-foot tall man in a mech suit.
Those public security clowns are still after us. I'm gonna go find out what they're up to. Lay low here for now. I'll arrange to get you back to the den safely in groups. You got that? Crystal clear, sir! Long live the Lions!
Yeah, that's because she master manipulator energy. That face. Oh, we are playing as her now. Uh-oh. I've only to the rumored secret transfer station. Oh, what voice do I want to give Jane? This long time that NEP spent planning wasn't all for nothing. They even managed to trick their own people into believing it was real. The only variable left unaccounted for is that Officer Seth. Isn't he new to the criminal investigation team? Doesn't even know all the ins and outs of their decoy plan. Why were they brought here, though? If they changed to a new protocol at the precinct? Just to be safe, let's engage him before we take another step further. Is it time? Oh, it's time. The special episode. Yeah, sometimes you're going to be playing as other characters. Can you believe it? Are you ready? Are you ready? Like, you're gonna... She has so many fucking physics on her. Are you ready? On her thighs and on the booty cheeks. Look, what the fuck? Like, guys, who's the horny motherfucker in the coding team that did this? Because the thighs reverberate on each step as well. Also, I can show off more details about her being a rat. I already mentioned before that her hairline is representative of a rat skull looking like dead on. If you know anything about mice and rats, they always have their hands in front of them, kind of like what she's doing now. So instead of her just doing it and it being weird, she has hooks. If I go to a wall, you'll be able to see it easier. She has hooks on her shirt, which she slides her thumb between. So she relaxes her hands there, so it looks like the rat. Ooh, you get her as your pause screen as well. Also, look at how little is on the pause screen because we're in like this special screen. Ooh. Okay, I kinda like her pause screen. Anyway, enough staring at that booty. Let's actually go and see if we can get Seth. Oh, my headset's getting all staticky again. 1 second. Alright, let's try that. Hopefully it'll be working now.
How come I can't break out of these? They're just simple restraint cuffs.
Don't waste your energy. I injected you with muscle relaxants on the way over. You're lucky that you're even able to stand.
Muscle relaxants. No wonder I feel so weak now.
You drugged him?
You'd sink so low as to use prohibited substances on innocent civilians?
Hey, we've never done this to anybody else. Only you got the special treatment.
What? Damn it! You dirty, sneaky rats!
It might be dirty to do this to ordinary people, but for someone who calls cuffs simple, it's a precaution.
Oh, I'm finally back. Oh, you just missed all the... Okay, I'll have to show you afterwards.
Why not keep on the
You missed me showing off all the crazy fucking physics that work on in Jane's body, because now we're in control of her.
You sound like you must know me pretty well.
Of course I know you. I've read your entire dossier. Jane Doe, a new talent recruited by the Mountain Lions. You've rapidly risen through the ranks.
But yeah, throughout this whole episode, they're testing making it so you can have other characters in the field. We are Jane Doe. Like, Belle's sorting out all her tack shit.
What's your point?
At face value, most would think you're just another typical thug. Cunning, ruthless, deplorable, and cruel. But I can tell you're much more than that. I know you must still have some virtues. Am I right?
You're asking me?
Let's assume that you do. Because I believe you do.
Holy shit, like, her physics are stupid. Like, someone in the dev team was really into making sure Jane is as attractive as possible, and it's like, you know what, no, we're going all in.
You can turn over a new leaf. It's not too late. If you cooperate with me, you have my word that public security will give you a fair
Seth, you naive little fuck.
on you if you change and help me. How's that sound?
You're Seth, right?
Hmm? Yeah, that's my name. So what about the deal I mentioned?
Hey, you sitting there, the little lady. Yeah, you. What are you trying to hide there?
I don't have anything.
Make no mistake, the only hostage worth anything here is the officer. Nobody's gonna cry if you end up missing an arm or a leg. Tell me, what are you hiding?
Whoa, hang on a minute, Jane. No need to get so
worked up. Seth.
They say it's the eyeballs of hollow victims that the rats go for first. And you've got beautiful eyes there, Missy. I'm sure they'll love the taste.
Oh, fucking hell.
I don't have anything, really.
Yeah, this is Jane trying to keep up the persona as much as possible, because she knows Seth is starting to see through her.
Hiding?
Water! It's drinking water! We kept some from the trip over here. I told them to hide it. If there's a problem with that, then take it up with me.
The trembling hostage reveals a small bottle from behind her, and eerie silence fills the makeshift jail.
Officer Seth, you have an excellent aptitude for ether and outstanding fitness. Plus, you have many other virtues, like honesty, kindness, and
Is this an interrogation, or are they flirting?
What are you trying to say? That you know me?
No, I don't know you at all. But you're easy to read, and you've got all the stuff that bad guys love. Honesty, so you're a terrible liar. Kind-heartedness, so you're easily manipulated. And determination, so you never give in. I don't see any hope of us working together. Therefore, I strongly suggest that you be a good little hostage and don't try anything funny. After all, I am the only one here with some kindness left in my heart. Right?
Ugh, you?
Hey, where's the guard? Come here.
Yes, Jane? Did you call me?
Keep a close eye on them, and make sure they're treated according to the rules. Also, make sure you give our cop friend here 3 times as much water. And don't let the others drink anything until the cop finishes all his water first.
Bro! His kindness is going to be used to try and torture them, bruh.
What?
Make it so,
You like water, don't you? Well, I'll make sure you drink enough of it then.
Yep. So the cocky young kid got pulled in over his head, and he's far too honest for my liking. If I take a risk and tell him about the decoy play, we risk losing everything if he lets the cat out of the bag. Unexpected trouble. I have a little intimidation, keep them alert and discreet. Whatever happens, I need to figure out the best way there. First, the ultimate goal is investigating the mountain lion's lair won't change. Let's pester the low-level henchman at the transfer station for some info. Alright, one man. But she's undercover. She's literally an undercover criminal psychologist. But Seth's new to the Force and so genuinely isn't aware of what she's doing here, and so is trying to test to not cover, whilst also, you know, keep her cover going. But let me show you the thing that sold everyone to the character. You're looking at it. It's the fucking jiggle physics on her booty cheeks. I'll show it one more time, and the fact that she's also got jiggles on her thighs that you can see on each step. The reverberations that happen like as she steps. This like sold I can't just enough so many fucking people that she actually has active like a physics engine on her booty. But so I love her design because it's like it commits to the rat motif so much. I said her hair dead on looks like looking dead on at a rat skull. Her knives are shaped like sideways rat skulls. Like a rat, she has her hands just in front of her, like mice and rats tend to do. And the way they have her do it is have it be in a design that she has hooks on her jacket, so she slips her fingers into them. I really like the attention to detail with her design, and obviously if she's a rat, she's got the rat tail. Anyway, we need to go talk to the locals. How's it looking? Miss Jane, it's fine. My back and legs aren't stiff, and corruption levels are still safe. I was getting antsy, so I dosed myself up with some anti-corruption serum just in case. I was asking about the hostages. And you shouldn't be wasting any serum if your corruption levels are still low. Sorry about that, Miss Jane. The hostages are all good. I've been double dosing them with serum. I guess I'll stop doing that. No, don't stop. They don't have any protective gear, so they should be taking anti-corruption measures. Any other problems? Not with the hostages, nah. Except for that one Furina officer that keeps lecturing me like some kind of preachy teacher. But it's fine, one of the higher-ups gave him a muscle relaxant so he can't break free. I control him as much as I want. I'm asking you if you have any other real problems here. And if you don't, then you should quit provoking the officer. Oh, I'm sorry, just the higher-up guards. They always trash talk when guarding hostages. It gets nasty. Don't force yourself to do things you aren't cut out for. How long have you been doing this? I've been on duty in the transfer station this whole time, but I only got my orders for this morning. So that's about half a day so far. I was asking about how long you've been been in the mountain lion never mind. I'll just leave the hostages with you then. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. Cool, I'll do my best, Miss Jane. Jane's like, Jesus Christ, this man's an idiot! Don't touch it. Huh? What was that, Jane? Is your wrist sore? You probably hurt it by any officers. Don't put any pressure on it. You could tear a muscle. No way. I was just giving it a tap. Ow, 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 jeez. Now, do you believe me? I believe you. What should I do, Jane? Unfortunately, you're done for. Unless you've got a supply manifest from this transfer station, then I might be able to scrounge some medicine for you. Supply manifest? Coming right up. I'll go grab that for you right now. Ow, ow, ouch. After easily securing the supplies manifest from the gangsters, Jane is able to estimate the scope of this transfer station based on the amount of key supplies. They're stocked up on quite a large supply of anti-corruption serum and protective equipment. Enough to support plenty of people here for quite a while. They've even got some everyday necessities. That means that this transfer station may play a far more important role than I expected. Excellent. How's it looking, Jane? Any medicine there that I can use? Here, these two. One's an ointment and the other you take orally. Rub the ointment where it hurts twice a day, morning and evening. Great, what about the oral one? Do I take it before eating? No, that one's bubblegum. It just gives you something to do, so you won't scratch your wounds. Oh, I get it. Thank you so much, Miss Jane. Congratulations to me? What for? Well, congratulations on your promotion, of course. Didn't the boss man raise for himself? He said he wanted you as his personal bodyguard? Guess you really are the best. Oh, it's too early for any congratulations right now. He also said in due course. Hey, it's just a formality. Just a matter of time, not if. Ha! I knew you weren't just some, what was the word for it? Average James? I think you mean Average Joe. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. Once you're a bodyguard, those transfer stations are gonna fall under your control. And then you can help us all the little guys out in the smidgen, right? How sweet of you. But, if the bodyguards run this transfer station, who leads the retreat from here to the Lion's Den? Is that their job too? I don't know any of that top secret stuff. But every time we retreat to the Lion's Den, it's always the big boss or his bodyguards who lead us through the hollow. I've been through this transfer station tons of times now. I see. Alright, you should rest for now. Jane walks over to the quiet corner and starts pondering the next step of her plan. Okay, time to sort things out. There's too much going on. Gotta take things one step at a time. From the supplies manifest, you're able, okay. From the supply manifest, you're able to tell that this transfer station has an abundant supplies and a full complement of personnel. In other words, this should be one of the core hiding places for the mountain lions. Based on what some of these gangsters said, they have to follow a consigliere. I have no fucking idea. They have to follow a line of leadership if they want to evacuate from the hollow and go to the Lion's Den. It makes it highly likely that this transfer station is the only way to get through to the Lion's Den. The guards watching over the hostage seems like jittery newbies. Should be a piece of cake to scare them or trick them. Doesn't seem like it'll be hard to bust through these guards and rescue the hostages. That's that. Time to reward myself with an energy bar. At least things don't seem too bad right now. The biggest wild card here is not knowing when Razor is going to show up again. We'd better find some more clues about the Lion's Den before he gets back, just to be safe, and get the hostages out of here as soon as possible. Let's explore the area around the transfer station first. Since this is the route, there's got to be some useful clues nearby. I feel like it's been a very long time since I've broken out this voice, and I'm kind of like, I kind of miss it. I like doing the cunning female voices. I think the first time I like kind of developed it was actually Uta in Blue Reflection, and that was funny because like she ended up not even being that manipulative in a sense. So like I had to keep the voice, but like kind of like soften it to make sense of how she was afterwards. It was. Thank you for all your hard work. I think that's a typo. Anything going on around the exit? Miss Jane, just doing my job, ma'am. Everything is ship-ship at the entrance and exit. Very good. Is this your bamboo? Does it have a carrot? No, it belongs to the transfer station, and it records carrot data around the perimeter. The big boss just updated it before he left. Excellent. I'll leave you to your patrols then. Patrols? What patrols? We have lots of people at the transfer station, plus hostages too. We need to ensure it's safe here, which requires dispatching patrols as needed to drive off nearby ethereals. Do I gotta take on ethereals now? Do I have to do it on my own? What, you don't want to go? Not into obeying the boss's orders? Watch your mouth. Why would I ever disobey an order from the boss? I'm just, right? It's just, I mean, it's not that I don't want to go, it's just, look at me, I just, Alright, that's enough already. Give me supplies for 2 people, and I'll go out on patrol myself. For real? Oh, that's amazing, Miss Jane. I knew you were strong and kind. I promise I'll pack only the best rations of medicine for you. Great. Now we have all the supplies we need to make our escape. So, Miss Jane, when are you thinking of heading out? Give me that bang boom. I'll head out right now. And don't forget those supplies I mentioned. Cool. I'll put together those supplies then, right away. Don't worry, no one will find out. Because she's just playing everyone. Oh, Jane tutorial. Jane has an extra dodge before she enters the passion state. What the fuck? She alternates between the two dodges. After entering the passion state, Jane can pass through enemies in front while dodging. Oh, you can slipstream through enemies? That's literally what it is. That's slipstreaming through enemies. And each dodge has its own dash attack and dodge counter. When Jane triggers a perfect dodge, defensive assist, or a skill that deals damage to an enemy, she accumulates Passion Stream. When it reaches its limit, Jane enters the Passion state. Where under this state, Jane's physical anomaly build-up rate and attack will increase. Oh yeah, she's an anomaly character, so she's all about like breaking guards and such. Attack will increase and the dash attacks and dodge counters will be enhanced. When Jane deals damage while under the Passion state, it will consume Passion Stream. Triggering perfect dodge or defensive... Oh, this music will restore it. When Passion state is depleted, she will leave it. Upon entering the Passion status, Jane obtains one basic attack, Soul Shell Jump activation. When there are activations available, hold the attack. Oh, okay, so she gets when she's in her special state. She's another character that when in her special state, holding square allows you to do something with it. Every single NEP character has a hold attack, I've just realized. It's a common theme with all of like the PubSec characters. Shu Yuan has a shotgun if you hold square, and using her skill charges it up. Xing Yi, holding her attack spends her energy. Seth, holding square, spends his energy. And Jane gets an extra attack through holding the attack button when she's in her special state. Duration, basic attack recovers Passion Stream and dealing damage to enemies. Okay. Also, fun little detail. Jane is it's like ice rink skating, ice dancer. Like she does actual dancing of ice, and that participates in her dodge. It's why her dodge is weird like this, because she's literally doing ice slides effectively, which is why it's so like wiggly and animation fluid. Jesus, she is fast. She's way fucking quicker than I thought she would be. Oh, are there any time trials for this mission? Great, they even put the building security systems to use. We need to get an access card to do anything.
Let's search some other areas.
Jesus, okay. Yeah, she's a little... when she's in this fucking passion state, she's very flicky. I think it's the only way to put it. Like, she just kind of... She's very... the only way to put it is that she's very flicky. That she just kind of flicks left to the right, flicks along, flicks away. I can see her... when her banner drops in a couple weeks, I can see her showing up in a lot of combo videos. I can really see that happening. Oh, did you hear her run into it?
A high-powered security laser grid. I'm not going to rush things. Let's go around. There are security doors everywhere. Maybe they lead to something useful. This crate appears to be pretty new. Must be gang stuff. It's never easy, is it? An unbound security card. What luck. Let's give it a try.
Oh, I like that when she comes back from a sprint. She slides into it. That's kind of sick. That's a good way of stopping yourself immediately. And it also, I think that's also more like excuses to have the booty jiggle physics kick in because she lands on her butt. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. I feel like they designed her whole character around like, hey, look at how much her booty wiggles, you know? Like, I feel like they designed the whole character around the sex appeal of her ass. Do you think someone in the dev team played the Atelier Riser games and went, oh, people like thighs? People like thighs and booty? System processing. Valid member position level 3 detected. Access granted. Deactivate the lasers, which has been shut down. Increase in ether activities. Rising frequency of spatial fishes detected. Please proceed with caution.
Great. Open it. Let's keep going.
Sorry, it's too satisfying to just kind of play fuck around.
Want some more?
Damn, she's fun. She's fun, guys. Oh shit, she's fun. Sorry, headset being staticky again. System processing. 5% level 3 detected. Yeah, let me in.
Let's keep going.
Oh fuck, she's fun. Oh no, I might end up rolling for her. I mean, I was planning to
Is
anyway
that a
because she would
control
suit my second team.
It could have
perfectly.
intel, so it's worth checking. It's never easy, is it?
I want to see what her ult is. I want to see what like her special is. Commission management. Oh, well, that's fantastic. We should be able to upgrade the access card level for this. Actually, the blah, 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 blah. I completely jumbled that sentence. We should be able to upgrade the access level of this card. Alright, permission info. Key player permissions, level 2, granted.
Let's keep going.
She talks to herself an awful lot. Oh, I really enjoy this music.
This will take us to the other side of that blocked off area.
Come on.
Now,
Let's see it.
You're the prey.
Yeah, I guess I should have expected that of how much she flicks around, her special would also be based around it.
Ready or not. Here.
Let's keep going.
Access granted. Close the security door. The NF1 reinforcement door has been closed. An increase in nuclear activity and rising frequency of partial fissures detected. Please proceed with caution.
Great. We made it around. Let's get investigating.
This track is so PS2 era, like stealth game. Like this feels like something that would be in like a Sly Cooper game. I fucking live for it. This track is so fun. Speaking of Sly Cooper, I've actually been debating since Sly Cooper 1 is on PS4 and 5 now, like through the backwards compatibility, actually like them streaming it at some point. I've been really in the mood. I never really got into the Sly Cooper games properly, but I've always been wanting to like change that. And like now, like literally, Sly Cooper 1 is on there, and probably 2 and 3 are coming later. I might consider it. The only reason I didn't when it came out was because it came out the same day as Tomb Raider Legend dropped, and obviously that took priority. System sure, valid key player level 2 clearance detect access. Another permission management system. But the interface basically crashed. Looks like it's been corrupted from the inside out. The access panel is still there. Now, we can fiddle with the access card levels. So lucky. Overwriting Crown Guard permissions level 5.
Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, this is Furina. Yeah, you can tell in a lot of her moveset that she does ice skates dancing, whatever you call it, like in her spare time.
Let's make this quick.
Because of course she's incorporated it into her moveset.
Let's keep going.
So yeah, under her icon, when the bar's red, she's in the passion state. The circle that's like blacked out, like the dot next to it, that's like the super spin thing that I was doing, when she like spins on the spot. You only get one use of it per passion stream, but it refills the passion when you do it, so it's probably better to use it when you're nearly out, to make it last longer. Something close.
Great. Open it. Another mechanism. Let's find a way around it.
All these like bomber enemies. Oh, but speaking of the PlayStation backwards compatibility, do you know what's on there today that's just launched? On the PS2 backwards compatibility? All the fucking Time Splitter games? I was like, oh, hell yeah. All the fucking Time Splitter games? Like, oh, hell yeah, Peak just dropped. Time Splitter trilogy are fucking amazing. 1, 2, and Future Perfect. The third game's hilarious as well. The third game's genuinely funny as fuck. It's a little sleazy, but it's funny.
This is the last door.
Like, the first trick that came to mind was actually, yeah, the game's hella fucking sleazy, but it's funny. See, like, now, on her bar, sorry, see how, like, the red dot splashing? That means she can do her, spin to win.
Finally made it. No escape.
Ow. Oh Jesus, hello.
Is it? Hurts, don't it?
God, she's so fun. She's so, like, snappy.
Finally made it.
Is all you need to do to make the sell me on a character is just make them fast. Just make it that when I press buttons, things happen instantly. And it's easy to count out of. The fact that dodging completely resets her flow, and her flow is like starts off on like frame 1, is wild. So you can literally just do this forever. You can double dodge. Oh god, you can double commit to it. So you can feign people out as well. Oh boy. So, access denied. Give it another try. Access denied. Give it another try. Access denied. Warning: unsuccessful attempts too. Can't access even with the Crown Guard permissions level 5. Now that's a shocker. The IY36 passage security has been upgraded. An increase in ether activity and the rising frequency of spatial fish is detected. Please proceed with caution. Can't just force our way through. I guess that's it. Let's head back to the transfer station. It's almost time anyway.
Hope there'll be some leads about the Lion's Den.
Oh, that's it. The game took control from me, that's why she slid. Welcome back, Miss Jane. You're tough as nails. You can trash the sweet talk. Have you finished packing what I asked? All done, you can relax. Should I go get it for you right now? Not right now. I'll let you know when I need it. Cool. If there's something else you need, is it okay if I take off to watch the show? Show? What show? Starting soon, see you over there. As soon as he finished talking, the whole transfer station erupts into a hubbub, as though they were a crowded pub brawl. Some of the gangsters enjoying some R&R surround a couple of figures, one thin, one stocky. What's going on? All these people making a stir. And who's that guard in the middle? Is that the one with the loud voice? What were you just talking about? I just meant, if it ain't right to take a hostage's food like that. Are you lecturing me? Are you teaching me what to do? I'm not. I'd never do that to you. I was just explaining things, and based on the boss's orders, we got to take care of the hostages. Food, water, and the anti-corruption serum. They need it all. As a voice booms out from the hostage cell. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's some muscle relaxants for the officer. The voice of the hostage changes. No, that won't be necessary. So it's like, no. Are you saying that I am supposed to live like a beggar while we all look after this stupid pubsec weasel? It's just so we can adjust rations for everyone at the transfer station. And technically he's a stupid cat, alright? You got jokes, huh? You guys really get wound up so easily. I haven't even found any clues into the lion's den yet, so I don't need this chaos. I need to put a stop to this fast. The crowd jeers noisily as things look more and more as though a fight is about to break out. She just goes in and just beats up both of them. What's going on? What are you fighting about? Jane? This business between us two men, not you. I'm going to deliver a brutal lesson to this little coward about what the Mountain Lion Gang's rules are. Not my business. Are you lecturing me now? Teaching me what to do? As in the back of the savage and bloody gangster's neck rose as he was about to take his anger out on the impudent Jane. However, in a flash, I was just giving him a lecture on the rules. He's a newbie cub, yet here he is, terrified of an officer. It's just embarrassing for us as a gang, and embarrassing for our big boss. What? I'm not terrified of that officer, I just... Shut it. Got it. He calmed down just like that. I thought I'd have to really teach him a lesson there, but that saved me a lot of hassle. It's because they all simp for Jane, that's why. Listen up, everybody. We're not down some dark alleyway downtown, and we're not at the Grey Street Market. We are deep inside the damn hollows, for crying out loud. We're not here on vacation. There are ethereals stalking around outside the transfer station, and there are officers patrolling just beyond those ethereals. Big Boss Razor, he's working his butt off as we speak to get us all out of this predicament. He does not want anyone causing any more trouble for him right at this moment. So rest up if you need to. And if you still got the energy to cause any trouble, save it for when we deal with the officers. Do you hear me? The gangsters gathered there, all muttered in agreement before the crowd slowly dispersed. Peace was restored to the transfer station. Oh, right. Let's ask about that loudmouth, what he knows about the switches while the wind's still knocked out of his sails. Where is he? Oh, there's the little one, and there's the big guy. I tell you not to touch it. Miss Jane, the ointment work a charm, but the wound is so itchy I have to scratch it. If you want to contact some sort of disease, grin and bear it. To chew the gum to take off your mind of things. Do them already, or you can have it already, it was too itchy. Ask you a question, and I'll tell you what to do based on how you answer. You're in charge of distributing supplies around this transfer station, right? Where did all those switches used in the construction for the station come from? The guy doesn't slow down his chewing at all, but his eyes suddenly narrow. Madam Jane, why are you asking me about this? I was just on patrol around the perimeter of the base and found a few of our switches with signs of severe corruption. It could be ethereals messing with them, or perhaps it's just bad luck. I want to get in some spare parts just now ahead of time. Why? You don't need to worry about that right now, do you, Miss Jane? I want to keep making a name for myself, though. Razor said that when the time comes, he's promoted me to be his bodyguard. But I can't wait that long. I want it now. So I need to find more chances for me to show off. Get it? Serious expression, the guard's face lasts for only a few seconds when it relaxes. So you want to climb the ladder faster, huh? And take you for such a hustler, Miss Jane. Oh, if only you knew the half of it. These devices come from all over the place, and Most are converted from materials on-site or looted. You can try the black market if you want to repair them, Miss Jane. Got it. I'll keep that in mind. You take care of yourself. I've got to get going. Hang on, I've answered your questions. Are you going to tell me how to get rid of this itch? My cheeks are getting sore from all this chewing. Really? Then congratulations. That's actually the way to do it. Vigorously chewing gum like that makes the muscles in your cheeks sore, and the pain so overpowering that you won't think about your itchy hand. Huh? He's like, look, I'll just make you hurt somewhere else. That'll fix your itch. Speaking of itch, I've got an annoying itch on the back of my leg. Like, just above the ankle. Like, it's been annoying me for, like, the past, 5 minutes or so. Alright, let's see if this guy's calmed down. It's you. What are you doing this time? Can't you keep it down? What? I can't reprimand my subordinates, and now I can't even speak freely? Sir. Yeah, being loud doesn't break the boss's rules, does it? Huh? You want to redeem yourself or not? Then keep it down. I do. Listen. Using force and intimidation will only make people resent you. If you want to be truly respected, you need to demonstrate strengths that go beyond just brute force. I know that. Of course I'm aware of that. To be more precise, what am I supposed to do? You're a veteran of the Mountain Lions gang, and you've been here much longer than me. Just show us how well you know about the gang, okay? For instance, didn't you say you were studying the rules at the transfer station? Show us what you've learned. How many members are permanently stationed here? What are the standards for supplies? The way she words everything, she's just doing all this to get information for her fucking scheme. But the fact that she's just toying with all of them to make them think it's in their best interest to explain. She's a little devious manipulator. I love it. One patrol team is always stationed here. The standards for supplies would be prepared every 3 standards safe corruption cycles. The surrounding area includes evacuation passages with mechanisms. How do we evacuate via these passageways? If I remember correctly, you have to get through a series of mechanisms. They use a special electronic key card held by a designated person to, Is that something I can share with others? Of course not. That was a test of your confidentiality awareness. You did well. Well, use your knowledge to prove your qualifications as senior and stop getting into brawls. Work hard on it. As for the supply distribution, I'll think of something. See, so the final mechanism needs a special electronic key card, huh? Jane paces about leisurely as she begins to think about her next steps. You've got key intel. It's time to come up with some countermeasures. What to start with? The last switch near the transfer station needs a special keycard to open, and it's been improvised out of spare parts. Which means creating a fake keycard to brute force it shouldn't be tricky at all, seeing as the NEPs have just the facilities needed to do just that. The Lions are mad about having to share supplies with the hostages. If this continues, things are going to slip out of my control sooner or later. Showing up with more food and medicine won't just solve a problem here, it'll also improve my standing with the rest of the gang. Looks like I'll have to find a way to duck out, find a precinct, and secretly put together a master keycard using their tech. It'll be a good chance for me to get some food, medicine, and other supplies to appease these thugs at the transfer station, and keep them from venting their anger on the hostages. I should chat with the guard at the gate to see if I can find a way out. See the X-Men henchmen to go to the Ballet Twins area. Seem pretty disappointed. Do you like the rubbernecking? Miss Jane, you can't call us rubberneckers. What do you take us for? We're the Mountain Lion gang. We were founded on force. A lion's always got the sharp on its claws, right? Oh, well said. I'll leave the next patrol to you then, so you can sharpen those claws of yours. Now that's totally cool. Patrolling is a great opportunity, and it's just, you know, right? Well, what I mean is, it's not that I don't want to go, it's just, look at me, you know? I just, you know... Right, your mouth's sharper than your claws at this point. But listen up, you're in charge of the transfer station exit, right? I want to duck out for a sec. Huh? You want to go outside into the hollow? The big boss said we shouldn't do anything rash. I can't make that decision, Miss Jane. Of course, I'm going out for the sake of our brothers. Didn't those two almost come to blows over supplies? I want to go out and fetch some more food and drink for everyone. More supplies, then we can all hold on to a little more. It isn't easy in this line of work. What's wrong with earning a little on the side? I see, I get what you're saying, but I mean, the rules are set by the boss, and a pipsqueak like me don't got the power to go against him. It's, you know, right? What I mean is, you know, fucking this guy, he's like a fucking broken record. Let me think it over. Alright, enough. Just tell me, what do you want? I want to watch a thriller, the Port Peak, the director's cut, either on disc or videotape, whatever. I just need that movie, and all I've got is the gear to watch it. Sure, let me out. Got it. Next time you have a request, cut the BS and just tell me straight. Alright, Miss Jane, you have no idea how boring it is standing guard here. There's no signal in the hollow, and I can't even stream any movies, so I'm really holding out on you guys to bring me back that movie. Come on, no sure to get out. That easy, huh? We're just gonna stroll over the random play, and like, as Jane, and be like, hey, one issue of... As far as I can take you. Next we need to find a girl with pink hair. She is our insider on the outside, and she can help you go wherever you need to, or wherever you want to go. I told her the basics when I left the hollow. I see. You better head back when your ethereal start gathering here. Oh, alright, see you then. Don't forget my movie. This fucking guy. Oh, wow, yeah, we're just here, huh? Obtain supplies, find the master keycard, and get Port Peak videotape. Is that supposed to give me mascot? Oh, enthusiasm turns into a blast of hot air. Our contact's still nearby, and getting in touch now will blow our cover. Keep it at distance for now. I was say, how are we going to get around? She doesn't have a vehicle. What have you got to say? Why do criminals always like going into the Ballet Twins store recently? Oh, beyond deplorable. How dare they desecrate the sanctuary of our beautiful space? Eh, whatever, dude. Oh, is that our... Hey there. Oh, hey there. I'm Jane. Young woman with slightly cocky but wary look in her eyes looks at Jane, eyes fixed firmly on her face. There's something on my face. Don't expect to see such a beautiful lady joining up with the Mountain Lion gang. I thought you was all rough around the edges like Razor. Yeah, speak for yourself. The guard already explained everything. I'm just outside help, so if you want to go anywhere, just talk to me. If you want to get back to the transfer station, just tell me I'll be around. Got it. I'll come find you when I need you. Speaking of, I do need your help with something else beautiful. The list here. Let me put together these supplies. Whatever it costs, I'll give you an extra 30% for your work. How about it? As straightforward as you are beautiful. These two. I like the little vibe these two have. They're even just complimenting each other. Oh, by the way, I like you. Can I add you? Alright. Can I... We've had one conversation. Let's not suddenly start going, hey, I like you. Can I have your number? Give me the stuff and I'll think about it. I'll leave things to you then. Excellent. There's the supply secure. Next up is that master key card. See your contact to visit Lumina Square. Wait, you're too beautiful. Off to Lumina. I know the way to avoid the net patrols. Come on. Master key card and the Port Peak videotape. Oh, there's going to be like cops everywhere. I'm surprised they didn't turn this into a stealth mission. Your media friends would hate me more. Well, then just come away from it. Games is repulsive. Yeah, well, people always like that, unfortunately. There's always like a really weird demographic that for some reason are adamantly against the idea of adults having hobbies, despite the fact not having hobbies. If you ever meet someone who straight up doesn't have a single fucking hobby, and that's not they say they don't, even people that say they don't usually do, they just don't realize it. If someone genuinely has no hobbies, they're not someone you want to hang with, because they're someone that if you hang with them, you'll become their hobby, and they're sometimes scary people to be around. But also, even ignoring that, hey, there's a real big issue in the first world of mental health. Really big. And there's really not enough resources to help people with mental health issues. People with depression or anxiety. And it's a crazy thing what having a hobby can do to, like, ease your nerves and ease your mind. So maybe you shouldn't be discouraging people just because you see video games, you know, this billion-dollar industry that makes more money than the film industry does by 5 times per annual. maybe you shouldn't treat it as like some little kiddie thing. And also, even ignoring that, I kind of find that almost disrespectful to all the developers that, you know, work for years on end at sometimes not enough pay and sometimes under terrible work conditions to make these products just to be told, oh, it's for children. It's like, what the fuck? No. What's going on over here? Someone's getting, like, harassed by drunks. Can I, like, intervene? Okay, no, I'm gonna have to... I'm not allowed to intervene. I'm gonna assume this girl that's got the phone right on her, pointing and shouting, right next to the police station is gonna be fine. I've been through... Oh, yeah, I mean, like, I've mentioned it a few times before, that, like, especially during, like, my teenage years... Like, when I was a child, it was escapism, like, going through... Like, when my parents were going through divorce, like, I just didn't get it, and I found it very overwhelming, and it was awkward. I was bullied a lot in school, so it was escapism from that as well. Obviously, all the abuse I went through in college, unfortunately, it was also another escapism. I mean, it's part of the reason where, despite my gripes with it, I still hold Persona 5 very close to my heart, because I played it and experienced it during a very troubling time in my life, and it was escapism. And so I hold it dear in a biased sense in that sense. So, like, even though I have problems with the game, and it's certainly not my favorite Persona, I still hold it close, because it was literally a game that was there during the right time. Like, in any piece of media, whether it's books, whether it's films, whether it's games, it can all be amazing things that aren't just, you know, picking up drugs, drinking, or smoking to kind of have, like, an escapism from your mind, you know, to have a relaxant for your mind. We made it to Lumina Square branch, but unfortunately Operation Hooked is still top secret, and I'm not a PubSec officer. If I just strut in there without warning, they'll arrest me and keep out of sight. Still got officers stationed, how professional. But a pain in the neck for me right now. Is there any way to lure people outside for a while? Ugh, it reeks of booze and vomit here. These drunks are a bit too much. And it's time to harass the ordinary citizens. I should stop them first, then figure it out. Wait, that is the perfect solution for both sides. You might be able to, yeah. Well, because I think I mentioned it before, the thing with P5 that helped is that a lot of, like, college was an awful manifestation of rumors and talks, and, you know, like I said, I was unfortunately abused for a good 2 years straight during it, and just in general was very uncomfortable for me. To have a video game where, like, the main character, when you start, like, no one knows who he is, no one seems to really like him, everyone thinks he's kind of weird, and he's like, all these rumors and whatnot, and then the moment you leave the school, you don't hear any of it. That was kind of like a clicking point for me, where I was like, hang on, a lot of it is just college. When you're out of it, it doesn't exist, because it's just teenagers being idiots. You know, like, it helps me kind of come to terms with that a little bit. And I also need to remind people that when I say college, I need to remind people that in the UK, you start college at 16. So I was 16, 17, and 18 during my years of college. You don't start it at 18. Why would you want a college aim theme story? Because I would love an older cast. And I understand that Persona is dead set on always having some kind of school-like setting. So if you're going to have an older cast, but you have to keep it somewhat school-like because they're determined to keep it that way, then go to college, because it's the best we're going to get away with. I'd love it to be like a full-blown university and all the cast be like in their young 20s and like master degrees, but I get that that would start to break away too much from the idea of it being relatable. They always want the cast to feel relatable, and they're all like geniuses that are like in their early 20s or uni grads. That's not relatable to everyone. Not everyone goes to university and shit, you know? It wouldn't, because my trauma with college isn't college, it's the people within. It's just I have poor memories of college because of it, but that doesn't mean I'm innately against that setting, nor would it evoke anything out of me in that sense. I mean, it never has in, like, the years since. In fact, like, when I bring up my college memories that, you know, aren't talking about that, they tend to be pretty positive, because I talk about, like, the times I hung out with my friends, like, going to stone throwing at the beach, because, you know, we have a more stony beach than a sandy beach in my town. So, like, we'd go stone throwing at the end, like, the beach water. I have a particular funny story. Like, it was, like, there was 3 of us, like, me and 2 friends, and, like, we were bored. It was, like, 3 hours between like our next class, because it was just like that gap in between lunch. So we went down to the beach, and we were literally, whilst we were chatting, like, we had a friend in the middle. It was me on one end and this other girl on the other end, and we had like one decent sized rock, and we were playing catch with it, but between us, and we just kept on passing it to each other, and having a good time. There was one particular part where we got a little competitive, where we were throwing it slightly further because we were both sat down to see if we could reach out to grab it when it was just awkward, but still be within reach. And there was a point where I threw it over her head. She had to lean right back to like grab it between her fingers, and she just flicked her hand forward, like trying not to fall over, and she fucking pelted this rock straight into my eye. like it like cracked like the right side of my face. I was fine, 'cause it wasn't like a big rock, but it was just the fact that like we were just playing catch, and then my friend in the middle just went, "I told you not to throw the fucking rock." But I was like almost taken out. Like I had like this proper dig on like the side of my right eye, like curved around the right eye, where like it like kind of clicks with the skull for like a couple days afterwards. Like this proper big like mark. It was like I found it hilarious at the time. It was just the fact that we got so competitive that she ended up just fucking yeeting that shit straight at me, like between her fingers, and it fucking cocked me. I have funny, happy memories of college. Like when I think of that stuff, it's just like when I think of my bad memories, I don't think of college. I think of the person that caused it, if that makes sense. College isn't the trauma point. It's just like it was just that time of life where I was in. Anyway, let's go deal with these drunks now. Here's your order. It's the finest, most aromatic, top quality stuff. Huh? Who are you? Trust me. Run inside the precincts. They're being unfair to you right now. You need to ditch them. Oh, I get it. Huh? Oh, my order again? Hurry or it'll be gone. It's right in the private room up ahead. Director, they gave us a dish for free. Go. Right, this way. Alright, manipulate the drunks so then they can get away to get to the precinct. Now, run to the precinct. Under Jane's lead, the band of drunks rushed to the public security precinct, completely ignoring the on-duty officer trying to block them off. That's true, that's what Soul Hackers and SMT4. Soul Hackers 1 was like, you were part of like a detective agency, and you was like, oh, I'm trying to remember, it's been a while. He was like young adult. But Soul Hackers 2, yeah, but like, the thing with Persona is like, I still want them to keep the social link stuff. I still want them to have the double life mechanics, that system they've been going on since like P2. I just want like a slightly older cast. That's all. Like Soul Hackers, I feel very much still does its own thing. It just so happens that they always go for young adults. And Shin Megami Tensei, there's of the series, there's only 2 of them that you play as teenagers. And funnily enough, it's both the ones that are available on modern platforms, 3 and 5. In 1, I mean, I say that in 1 you still live with your parents. You still live with your mum, because the only reason I remember that is because there's a plot twist where your mum gets fucking murdered in front of you in SMT1, because that game goes fucking raw like that. But yeah, there's not like a school life or anything like that. It's more you're just like, you just live at your parents sort of thing. Like they're kind of unspecific about your character's age. SMT2, the world's already in its apocalypse. It's been like 30 years since the world endings and demons came over. So you're like a fighter in a coliseum, and then you get your big break to go explore the world with demons. And in SMT4, you're a samurai. At SMT4, you're a fully fledged samurai, and in 4 Apocalypse, you're a native to the underworld. Hackers, contemporary colleges, old edge guys like me. I suppose, old geezers. Yes, I made it. Like now the equipment's distracted, I can raid the equipment room for that key card. Oh, well, so she caused the drunks to get led to the precinct, so they would all get themselves in trouble, and all the police would have to go out to deal with them. Is there anything hidden around here? What's this? Oh, there are people here that just watched me walk in. Huh, okay. Grease is not geezer, though. Oh, well, sorry. Can I just, like, see around the offices? I wonder whose office is whose. I wonder if I can, like, spot if an office is, like, Shu Yuan's or Xing Yi's. This is Xing Yi's office. I can tell you right now for nothing, because she always, like, in all of the trailers, she always has this set with her. This must be Shu Yuan's then, because it's got a photo of her on her desk. Either that or it's her fucking admirer, so I'm going to assume it's her. So I'm going to... Oh, is Shu Yuan and Xing Yi sitting back to back? Yeah, no wonder they get along so well. Sorry, headset being annoying again. I mean, like, sitting back to back in your work buddy, that's your best friend after 5 minutes. You either hate them or you become real close real quick. The aesthetic, the whole... I get it. I think I'm more on the prefer of, like, I prefer the openness, but then that could also just put people down to different generations. I grew up with it being a lot more acceptable to be more open with, like, feelings and emotions and whatnot. That when I see people be very reserved and things like that, I see it as like if I see characters being reserved, I see it more tropey, as like, oh yeah, that thing. But like when I see people do it in real life, I'm like, hey, there's a reason why, like we're going back to the mental health thing, things don't get solved, things don't get helped. It's because people don't talk about shit because of this innate built-in belief that everyone should be closed off. No, particularly men. Is there an equipment? Let's lock it. Go punch in a 6-digit code. Wait, who wrote a little note about the passcode down on the bottom here? Some absent-minded officer? Enter the passcode. What are the first three? Oh, fucking, I was supposed to read it first? I'm not supposed to that sort of thing. Safeguard against forgetful officers. We'll set the most frequently appearing number around here. The passcode to make things easier. Frequently appearing. Okay, so I'm the... Oh, okay. Uh-oh, I gotta do puzzle solving? Whole stack of banners. None of them seem to have any numbers on them, though. Okay, that made that easier. Is it 101? Okay, so they're saying 101225 might be an answer. 101225. We have Harlow Disasters, new handle. Remember all 4 of these. Is that it? Is it just 101225? Bruh, someone's running out. Those drunks was going to be taken care of. Got to hurry inside the equipment room and get the master key card. Equipment room? This is the fire exit. Lights are out, but whatever. Your brain in the dark. All the footage captured by the corridor surveillance camera. I'll just have to wait for Shuyu-1 Officer Byron to help me with it. Aesthetic thing I'm asking in high regard. Fair enough. He sits in the equipment room. The master key card, low-level NEPS assets. And Jane quickly finds one of the raging around the dark. As she leaves the room, the ruckus between the drunks and officers in the lobby is still raging on. I got the master key card. That Liason should have gotten supplies by now, right? The only thing left to do is to score the movie that Kid asked for. I'm not going to get it. There's a cinema in Lumina Square. Let's check it out. Only one minute to me. That was a place of dudes. I was communicating on my right time. I was like, yeah, I get that. You can't force anyone because even if you try to ever force someone, it just makes them more likely to lock up. If there's someone who already doesn't talk much, and they're more likely to get quieter if you try and push it. You just got to let them find their own rhythm. But equally, if it can be helped, it should always be encouraged to let people be more free speaking, because it literally helps mental health. You know, it literally will bring the very startlingly high suicide numbers down, one way or another. I've been talking about that too much. I've been talking about that too much today. I promise I'm okay. I just pay attention to these sort of things a little too much. Jane instantly changes the tone of her voice to transform that into an enthusiastic but naive movie novice. Bruh. Oh, good evening. Is this where I can buy movies? In that regard. To buy a movie here? Are you for real? You want to just buy the whole master print? Well, I can't believe there's fans out there even more hardcore than us. I'm touched. Good evening, miss. I assume you're wondering if you can buy discs for home viewing here? Cinemas don't usually sell them. Oh, is that so? I thought you could buy them. I'm looking for a movie my friend recommended. I think it has Mountain in the title. It's a thriller. It's a little vague. Travis, you got any idea? Sure, Eva. Need to be open and emotional. But that's what I mean. You're proving the point I just said, where I said people that are already reserved, if you encourage or tell them to be more open, they're more likely to become more reserved because of just how, brain chemistry works. When your brain makes a decision that you are going to be a certain way, or is used to being a certain way, anything that challenges it is seen as bad, no matter how good it may be, because it's just how your brain works. And so it's never a good thing to try and force people to it. It should always be encouraged, politely and calmly, because it's to help bring people like a better side of themselves out. But if it's forced or pushed, there's always an innate rebellion. It's why people don't really like change that much, even if they say they do. Because things that challenge what their comfort zone in their conscious, and especially their subconscious is, if it's challenged, your subconscious will fight it to the fucking death. Because it's just how your brain's wired. But it is literally healthier to be more open. But it should never be enforced on people because it will work against your own brain chemistry. You almost have to, and it sounds manipulative because it kind of is, you have to almost trick your subconscious into thinking that is normal to be open. But that's obviously harder to say because you don't control your subconscious, it controls your conscious. Like, it's in charge, not you. So trying to trick it is something that takes a very long time and it has to be very subtle, which is why it's something that you have to almost encourage and kind of talk about. It's one of those things where, like, if you hear someone else talk about it but they're not engaging you, it makes you think about it. That's like making your subconscious shift its focus a little bit more, because like, oh, other people are talking about it without a care in the world, you know. Obviously it's different for different people and everyone's wired different, and my psychological understanding is 7 years outdated now, so things could have changed in it, but you get the idea. Subconscious, yeah, your subconscious makes up something like 80-something% of your brain, like 80% of your conscious thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and systems. Like, it controls so fucking much in how your brain works. It's why sometimes you get feelings you can't shake, like a sixth sense. That's your subconscious picking up on patterns. But because your subconscious isn't something you control and direct control of, you don't have like a direct line of thought. It's just something in the back of your head. It's like your gut feeling is another example of it. That's just your subconscious working. That's just your subconscious picking up on patterns and going, oh, something's not right here. Everyone has a subconscious. That's a psychological, that's a science fact. You have the subconscious. Everyone has a subconscious. It makes up the major majority of your brain. If you didn't, you'd be dead, because you wouldn't be able to remember to walk when you wake up in the morning. You wouldn't be able to remember to talk when someone starts a conversation. You wouldn't be able to remember to eat. You wouldn't be able to remember to fucking breathe. Your subconscious is what keeps you going. Your subconscious runs so much in the background that you never even think of. Everyone has a subconscious. It's, like I said, it's a science fact. But like I said, if you ever get like a gut feeling, like something's like, oh, that doesn't feel right, that doesn't seem right, even though you have nothing to back that up, or something just seems weird, or like you talk to someone and after only one conversation you feel like you can really trust them even though you don't know them, that's your subconscious picking up patterns. And because of those patterns, it's making that decision that, okay, this probably means something is good, or okay, this probably means something is bad. But because it's not your conscience coming with it, it's why it's just a feeling that you can't shake, because it's your subconscious fucking telling you it. Another good one is your subconscious is what makes you react to things before you think about it sometimes. Like, that goes into muscle memory as well. Muscle memory is a whole different thing that's kind of difficult to get into. But even then, your muscle memory is still somewhat loosely connected, but that's a whole different thing. But there's certain things, like, say, someone accidentally knocks their glass off a table and you catch it suddenly. You didn't think about that, you just caught it. That's because your subconscious is a little fucking quicker, buddy. I said, it's not all subconscious. If you hurt yourself, you know, like if you've ever burnt yourself and you flick your hand back, that's not your subconscious, that's your muscle memory. That's your muscle's instinctive, muscle's actual response, because there's no messaging that goes to your brain at that point. Because that's why you react so quickly, because it doesn't send a message to your brain, it just does it. It just does it without your brain's consent, basically. Which is why you react your hand back when you, like, burn yourself, for example. So, like, not all of it's subconscious. There are a couple things that are just muscle memory. It's the same reason why there's actually no such thing as multitasking, because your brain can't do two tasks at once. If you're walking and talking, you're either not walking in a perfect straight line, or you're talking nonsense. It's the same reason why I have a habit when I want to talk about something, I put my controller down, because I know I won't be able to do both. I won't think about the text on screen or process it, even if I'm reading it, if I'm talking about a topic. Or if I am process it, my discussion will fade away, or I won't talk as much, because your brain literally can't do two things at once. It physically fucking can't. The only reason why you do two things at once is because your brain's only processing one of them. Everything else you're doing on muscle memory. Your muscles are doing them without your brain's consent. It's why you can walk and talk. But it's also why you're not 100% walking in a straight line at any given point if you're talking to someone whilst walking. Your muscle memory will just slightly course correct constantly. Like, you'll be going slightly to the right, so then it will tilt you slightly to the left, and then it will twitch slightly back to the right, and straight to the left. It will never be completely straight because you're not thinking about it, so there's no brain function in it. In the same vein, if you are 100% focused, like you're looking down at your feet, thinking about where you're going, your dialect and your dialogue you'll have with people will start to become looser and less focused because you're not thinking about what you're saying. Like, it's literally scientifically impossible for your brain to actually have two commands running at once. It has to do one or the other. Multitasking is technically a myth. On like a mental level. Like, obviously, on like a practical real-world level, yes, there are people that walk and talk. Everyone fucking does that. So technically, you are multitasking. It's just your brain isn't thinking about it. So there are a couple things in my psychology I'm prepared to admit. Like I said, when I studied psychology and got my degree, that was 7 years ago now. And psychology changes almost every day. So that's why I say, like, my 7 years dated psychology, like, notice. Because I know what I'm talking about, but I also know the things I'm talking about can change on a whim, depending on new studies and new information. Things that are science facts will never be changed, but they can get a better understanding depending on studies. Like, a classic example was the Milgram study. It was re-evaluated and redone in 2011, but it still came to the same result because the original was science fact. It's just we gained a much more versatile understanding that made Milgram study outdated. Which, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, because you'd have noticed the study, Milgram was the study that proved that if you put someone in a circumstance they're not familiar with, they will do things that they are told to by an authoritative figure, regardless. Because they don't know where they are. So even if it's a dangerous or blatantly wrong thing to do, or like morally questionable in one way or another, they are very likely to still do it. Whilst I forget his name, it starts with H. It's like a really long name, it starts with H. It was a study in like 2011. It was a follow-up study re-evaluating that belief, and it expanded on it and made it much better understanding of how it is. How your memory is. Because essentially, like, he expanded it. I think it was like Humphrey, maybe it's something like that. To show that, like, if someone believes they won't take the fall for it, they're more likely to do bad things when they're told to. If they don't know what if they're not in a familiar environment. If they know they could take the fault for it, but it's still an authoritative figure to doing it, a lot of people's willpower will give out and they will just do it. But the number isn't as high. But then the big one was a lot of people, when asked before the experiment, if you was in this situation, would you do it? Most of them said, oh, absolutely, of course I wouldn't. No, never. And then did it. So they also got the added boost of people saying they will or won't do things isn't reliable, which of course it fucking isn't. Would you do this illegal thing? No, never. Even if you was pushing a corner, no, my morals would hold true. Yeah, sure, dude. We'll see what happens when you're actually backed into a corner. The issue I have with a lot of scientific theorem is the telephone game. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm very much reliant on facts. The only science fact that I don't follow or challenge is stuff that I was in my degree that I challenged, and I got my degree off the back of challenging it. I, to this day, dismiss Freud's studies. I, to this day, very outspokenly dismiss all of Freud's studies because that motherfucker, and I can say that because Jesus Christ, 1908, fucking, hey, this like German kid, this poor German 6-year-old had a dream about riding a horse, and Freud wrote a whole thesis that he obviously wants to fuck his mum, and I'm just like, no. But because it was 1908 and psychology was in a completely different world, it got written into the book, and it's like a science study, and it's like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. That is a creepy man trying to justify his weird fetishes and threw this poor 7-year-old German kid into the ditch for the rest of his life that he would forever. Poor fucking Hans had to live his whole life as the mum fucker because of some stupid fucking study. Like, I hate Freud so much. When I was like in psychology, I was like, I'm writing a fucking thesis on this because it pissed me off. Like, you just read it and you go, how did anyone take this? Oh wait, it was 1908, so of course like, they believed it. It's been pretty handily. Yeah, fair enough. Like, anytime someone goes, oh, it's that Freud study, it's that effect, I'm like, you know that's bollocks, right? Because the study was from 100 years ago where there was no procedure to make sure it was valid, and he based it off some poor German 7-year-old's dream about riding a horse to try and justify. Everyone hates Freud, yeah. You know, like, the Oedipus complex is bullshit. I don't believe in it. What should have been his study, to actually, you know, replace it, is that he should have looked into the idea as to why there always is, why children always tend, in a normal circumstance, I have to keep this in mind, obviously depending on how parents are, it can radically change, but when they're born, and especially in their toddler years, most babies and children gravitate towards their mother regardless, unless they live in, like, obviously in certain situations where, like, the mother's terrible and the dad does all the work, yada yada, and obviously their mind shifts, but in the early years they always gravitate towards their mother. That should have been the basis of his study, not some fucking poor little Hans. But yeah, I'm getting off topic. You pulled the psychologist out of me for a minute. If you can't tell, I love learning psychology. I find psychology is a fascinating subject. It's scary. I won't sugarcoat it. Some things you learn through, like, when you start getting more into psychology, you learn some things about how your own brain ticks, and you go, what the fuck? Like, it's scary at times, but I find it fascinating. Learning that the way your brain stores memories technically makes it that you don't actually have memories was like the first little the microphone dropped moment where I was like, what the fuck do you mean your brain doesn't actually store memories? Your brain doesn't actually have memories. What it does is it every time you think back on something, your brain just recreates it using social cues around you. Which is why witness testimonies aren't always trustworthy. In fact, they're very rarely trustworthy because you're relying on their memory, but their memory will be rebuilt on the social around them. It's not an actual memory, it's just reconstruction. And like any reconstruction that you just think about and go, oh yeah, I think it was like that, it's probably not accurate. It probably won't look the same. The example we got when I was learning about it is, imagine you're at a Christmas party and they have a bunch of Christmas decorations but no Christmas tree. When you leave, someone says, oh, what colour is the Christmas tree? You'd probably go, oh yeah, green, or oh, white, or whatever. You'd answer them. Your brain would insert the tree, because even though there wasn't one, your brain recreates it using the social cues of it's a Christmas setting, so there should be a tree. Your memories can't be trusted, because your memories technically aren't memories, they're recreations. Every single time you recall something, you're not directly, like, recalling it in the traditional sense. I'd say, what tree? If no one during the party whatsoever brought mention to a tree not being there, for it to stick out as part of the social cue that then gets rebuilt in it, which leads to you then challenging it, which allows you to avoid leading questions. But there was a lot of Christmas decorations. There was presents around. You was like having a conversation with a friend during it, and then you leave, and they go, "Oh man, what a great tree! Oh, did you see that tree? Oh man, I didn't see the. Maybe I didn't spot the tree. I was like, oh, was it a good tree? Was it green or whatever? Like your brain would insert it to statement social cues regardless. But you get my point. You get my point. Your brain literally just rebuilds shit. Which you say there and you think, well, doesn't that rebuild have to be off of memory? And I'm like, well, technically to an extent it does, but it's not properly. Like I said, you don't remember it or memorize anything in that sense. Your brain just recreates it. It just recreates it using cues around you and things around you. It's weird. The way your brain actually remembers shit technically isn't as straightforward as you think. It's really weird. But like learning that it's technically that's not the case is fascinating and very interesting. So, The thing is, your brain still does that, even if you're neurodivergent. Your brain still does that. It just obviously, like my example wouldn't fit, but it would still do that. Your brain doesn't just remember things like it's a photo. It doesn't do that. Like I said, it rebuilds it. It's the easiest way to make it easier to understand. Now I've just brought a photo. It just kind of hit me like a bullet. It's like what people think a memory is like it's like taking a photo. What actually is a memory is like right now if I said draw your house from memory, you'd be mostly accurate. Even if you're a good artist, it'll be mostly accurate, but without actually going outside and looking yourself, there'd probably be one or two little details. There'd probably be like a scratch in the paintwork that you won't think about because it's not on your mind. In your mind, that part's cleaned over. It's just one color. Or maybe there's like a window that's never open, and you accidentally, like when you draw it as like an openable window. Or like you get the piping line out wrong for like the drainage. Things like that. It's because your brain just recreated it, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense, even if it's not accurate. Oh yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, a lot of these studies, especially when it comes to memory, is that it's not based on something that can only apply. It's based on the chemical warfare that is your brain. When it's something to basically dictated by how your brain works, it's a lot more... Obviously, there's exceptions, but it's a lot more safe to get away with not having neurodivergent test subjects. I know that sounds like lab experiments, but you know what I mean. Or participants to be more ethical. And still get accurate results. And when it comes to like brain chemistry and how your brain works and how your brain processes things and how it works, your brain just being incapable of actually just remembering shit, no, that's something that can be proven across the board as accurate, so it doesn't matter at that point between divergent and typical. Also, obviously there's exceptions. Like, I'm sure if I sat here long enough, I could dig up a lot of, like, I could dig up a few of the 14 studies I had to do for my thesis and be like, hey, this one didn't work because any study before 1950, but after 1925, I want to say, good chance it's completely inaccurate because they only took neurotypical middle-class Americans, and that was their only participants. And so obviously it doesn't apply to everyone because they have different upbringings that affect their belief systems and thinking patterns. They have they're neurotypical, so you have that whole system to it. You know what I mean? Like that if you ever spot any study from like 1925 to like 19 at the latest, like when World War II was about to finish, any studies during that time period, good chance it was like 10 middle-class Americans, neurotypical Americans, and it's like, hey, this study is kind of weird. Photographic memory still is following that rule. It's just people use that word for it, but it is actually still technically following that rule I said about how your brain is. That's been proven. Not that I can name you the study because that one was out of my reach. I would have done it if I'd gone for my master's, but I wasn't interested in getting a master's. But if I'd gone to university to get my uni degree, or had gone for my master's beyond it, I would have then had to learn about it. But that is a standard thing. That isn't just like a neurotypical or not neurodivergent. Even photographic memory is still technically recreating it. The reason why it's more accurate recreations is because your brain's picking up on less social cues to influence it. But it is still being influenced, and it is still following the rules of how your brain actually works. It's less influenced. Someone with actual photographic memory, usually because they're neurodivergent one way or another, would still easily end up producing an untrustworthy witness testimony with one good leading question. Which is why it's so important to ask non-leading questions in interviews and interrogations. Because you can so easily influence people's memories, even the most hardened of memories. It's very difficult, especially even ignoring, how intimidating that situation, that atmosphere can be, especially if you're the one being interrogated or interviewed. The Christmas tree is just the example that was from that we just got at the time. Like back when I was studying in college, like that was the one that worked for neurotypical, like that was like the neurotypical study. But there are more for like neurodivergent and whatnot. But that is like the easy way to have people understand what I mean when I'm explaining it to you. It's the easiest example to explain anyone what they mean. The Christmas party that has every Christmas deck under the world but missing a tree. If someone asked you about the tree, you would probably answer them because your brain would insert it. The other one actually that I could have used as an example is the video of the car crash. There is a video of a car crash, and what's important about the video is that the car has no windows, so it's completely hollow, so there's no glass, right? So keep that in mind, there's no glass in it. The car crashes, is like doing like 30 miles an hour. A week later, the people who watched the video were called back in to answer questions about it. The key word in the question was different. It was 5 different words they used across like however many people they did. I think it was like 80 people they interviewed. Some said hit, some said crashed, some said smashed, like some said collided, things like that. Different words that have different like suggestions. They were asked 2 questions. How fast was the vehicle going when it, and then insert that word, hit the thing? And depending on the word, their answers would usually, like more aggressive words resulted in them saying faster speeds. It was doing 30 miles an hour, but some of them like smashed, some of them were averaging saying it was like 45 miles per hour. Telephone game, for example. Yeah. But then afterwards, they were asked the more important question, which goes back to the memory thing. They were asked straight up, was there glass on the ground after the crash? The ones that were asked in the previous questions, smashed and crashed, said yes. The ones that were said hit and collided said no. There wasn't any glass. The leading question became their social cue and influenced their mind. And that did have neurodivergent people in it as well, and it also affected their judgment. That was the one I should have gone into, but it just slipped my mind. Because that was the one I didn't have to study, I just used it as a reference piece in my thesis. So it wasn't as on my mind as the other one, but yeah, that idea. Well, keep in mind I'm paraphrasing it a little bit, but the only word that changed was crashed. It's like how fast it was going when it, like, for example, it's like when it crashed into the pole, when it hit the pole, when it smashed into the pole, etc., etc. Like, it was something more like that. I can't remember the exact sentence, but it was designed in a way where crash was the only word that was changed, and the sentence still flowed. But I digress. Thank you. Welcome to Robu's psychology lesson. I'll be here all day. It's £30 a session. Fucking pay up. let's get back to this. Jane Doe's just been trying to get a hold of this film. Sure, Eva, but I know someone who is, miss. If you don't mind renting it, I know a good store. They have a massive collection. Oh, is this how Jane's going to end up here? Wow, that sounds amazing. What's the name of this store? It's called Random Play. It's close by over on 6th Street. If you're quick, you should be able to get there in time before they shut for the night. Great. At least I know where I can find the movie on 6th Street. Like transportation would get me there quickly, but with my current identity, it's too dangerous. I should go back and find the contact. She might be able to help. Oh, psychology stuff. See your contact on 6th Street. I think what was the crazy thing that also helped a lot is that in college, the college built essentially like their own miniaturized social media app. Like, and it literally worked as a social media app, but it was only for all the students and teachers. So you could post on it, you could post whatever you wanted, but the only people that could see it were, you know, your fucking students and your teachers. So people were like, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to post, like, selfies on there because my teachers will see them. But, like we had, like, the psychology, like, corner for it, and there was a lot of studies that really helped, like, with my thesis, where people just found them on the internet and chucked them on. And then Matt, my professor, would hop on and comment on them and like talk about like how helpful they might be, like whether they were worth looking into more, etc, etc. And it was so helpful to be like an active resource, to just have like a social media network that the college built solely for you to have these resources to share with your friends and to like get teachers input, etc, etc. It was so helpful. Where do you need to get to? Do you know how to get to 6th Street? Of course I do. It's tiny. Just come with me. I know the routes to avoid the pub-sec patrols. Oh yeah, I pretty much put together all those supplies you asked for. They'll be ready for back when you do. There's a master keycard on the movies, all that's left. Time to find that video store. What was it called again? Random Play. It's so weird, me as a different character coming over to like my home street. Like, am I gonna just run into, like, Belle on a date with Nekomata or some shit? Can I talk to anyone? It's the same noodle shop in over Numinous Square. Is it a family business? This video store I'm looking for has got to be nearby. Oh, Godfinger. Not the store I'm looking for. Sometimes I feel like playing some arcade games. It's a shame I've got nobody to play with. I volunteer. Like fucking like Hunger Games, like like I volunteer as tribute. Still beavering away at this time. Needs to really ask something else. But seeing how much they enjoy giving me a little motivation. Now let's keep looking for that video store. Oh, the sage in a barrel's not here. Can I go to Box Galaxy? Gadgets? No, that's something I'm not familiar with. Perhaps I can come back and take a look once I get my bonus. And the only other store we haven't checked out is the music shop. Or I should get what it's called. Bardic something. Bardic Needle. Oh, actually, can we talk to Hal? Shh. Sleep well. I hope that one day there won't be any more bad news in the newspapers you're selling. Aww. Music is an amazing thing, bringing light in the darkest of times. Speaking of music, did you motherfuckers see that Doom Power trailer for Shadow Generations? And that fucking remix is supporting me? Oh! Oh, the noises I made when I watched that trailer. It was... I was losing my mind. The Doom Powers look sick, the music was amazing, and then they just casually dropped the bombshell of Metal Overlord being in the game. As honestly, your game's a good one to pick up. It'll be a gunpoint for that. Yeah, I mean, can you blame me? I want to hear the full version of that remix. The fact that the digital deluxe version comes with a digital soundtrack, I'm like... I'm itching. I need the full version of that track. And the fact that like fucking if Metal Overlord is is getting a boss fight, that means they're gonna remix show me what let me show you what I'm made of. Oh. And people are like, it's a little copium, but people are getting very excited at the prospect Space Colony Arc, and then the Bio Lizard. Like, we know Space Colony Arc's a level, and the Bio Lizard is iconic with it, and that's where that supporting remix comes from. We know we've got a Sonic Heroes level, and Metal Overlord is the final boss of Heroes. So maybe, after you do Rail Canyon, you fight Metal Overlord. So that's the boss for that. Following that logic, there's a Sonic 06 level of Kingdom Valley. We gonna fight fucking Mephiles? Is Mephiles gonna make a comeback? Like one of the coolest but most misused villains in the franchise? Because, you know, he came from Sonic the fucking 06? That would be amazing! Yeah. There's a Sonic Forces level. Are we going to fight Infinite, but him actually be written, like, not fucking Sonic Forces? Because, you know, Sunset Heights is pretty confirmed to be in the game. I would love an Infinite fight where they actually made him a character. And actually did, especially because Shadow Generations is still based in the timeline Sonic Generations have. So going to levels that are in Shadow's future could be interesting in how they handle it. Like, maybe Shadow doesn't actually directly see Infinite, but because of, like, the time bullshit, Infinite knows it's fucking Shadow, and Shadow gets to experience the pure rage and desire for revenge unfiltered, but now as the one receiving it and not the one giving it back from his SA2 days. And it would be a fantastic way to show how much Shadow as a character has grown, that he can look back on it and now see that from an outsider's perspective, this unfiltered rage and hatred and desire for revenge, no matter what, even at the cost of basic common sense at times. That he's grown so much past that. And then it was the Chaos Island is a level, as in Sonic Frontiers. You know, when we fought the Knight with, like, the Find Your Flame, that sick as fuck music. I'm like, please, if we keep this trend of, like, every level has its own unique boss tied to the theme. You know, and we have Metal Overlord for Heroes, we have Bio Lizard for SA2, we've got an 06 level potentially for Mephiles, we've got a Force level potentially for Infinite. Please have a Frontiers level to make us fight a fucking Titan, but as Shadow with all the Doom powers. I want to, like, if those wings flick out and start flying around the Titan whilst the remix of Find Your Flame is playing. Oh, that would be so sick. It would make Frontiers completely irrelevant, as in, like, I'd have no reason to ever play that game ever again. But fucking hell, man. I know I'm riding pure copium, and it's very much more likely that Shadow Generations is following Sonic Generations, where you do 3 zones and then a boss. And Biohazard, or the Bio Lizard, is just the representative of, like, the classic era of Shadow, so to speak. So it'll probably be like 3 zones, then you fight it, but a man can dream. A man can dream. My only new hope, the only last thing I want is a bit of Black Knight rep, because Shadow is in Sonic and the Black Knight. I would love Misty Lake, or just heck, one Black Knight level, and then fight the Knight or Melina at the end. To hear a remix of "It's Will to Fight the Knight," oh, I would be having kittens. Shadow Generations, unironically, has the potential to be one of the greatest Sonic games in the franchise, and the fact that I can say that with complete confidence without a shed of hesitation speaks wonders for how much work these trailers have done to hype this game up. Like, even if the game is, like, even if the game doesn't have some of my copium shit in it, and, like, heck, even if Bio Lizard and the Metal Overlord are the only 2 bosses in the game, and obviously probably Black Doom, which, speaking of, hey, there's absolutely going to be a Shadow the Hedgehog the video game level in this game. There's no way there isn't, considering Black Doom's in it. We're absolutely going to go do the Doom, or the Black Comet, or something. And then fight, like, fucking Black Doom himself at the end of it. And maybe, heck, we might even fight Devil Doom. Imagine a Super Shadow with the Doom powers fighting Devil Doom. Oh. With a remix of I Am All of Me playing. Oh, I'm salivating just thinking about it. But genuinely, even if it doesn't have all that stuff, and, like, Biolizard and Metal Overlord, like, the only 2 boss fights, and, like, all the levels we've seen are all the levels we've got, I still think it would not only be worth the price of admission, which, for the record, it's $40 US for Sonic X Shadow Generations. It's only if you get the deluxe edition, it goes up, I think, by $15 or $20, something like that. I brought the deluxe edition without even thinking about it, and it was like, I think it was £55, so I think now they'll make it $60. But that's worth the money. Even the standard, that's worth the money. And even then, it's only half the game because you got Sonic Generations remastered with it, and Sonic Generations is straight up just a good game. It's a really fun, short but really fun little game. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna be there 65 days and counting. I'm gonna be there, and I'll be ready. We'll be streaming it all week when it comes out. You know it. And because I've got the deluxe edition, they're doing one of those things where, like, if you get the pre-order deluxe edition, you can play the game 3 days early. So we'll be playing it on the Tuesday, not waiting all the way till Friday. So it's even more hype because I get to play it on the 21st of October, 21st to 22nd. All them out even. And the thing is, I'm also considering, because it comes with Professor Gerald's journal, getting the physical edition as well. I'm considering straight up double dipping. Obviously, I'll only get the standard because that comes with the book as well. But I'm debating getting the physical as well, so I can have that fucking book. Because I'll absolutely read Gerald's journal. Heck, I'd read it off on stream. Anyway, my headset's getting all staticky again, so let me just reset this and then we'll carry on this game. Someone just aiming the fuck out of me. I can't stress enough. Part of the reason why I'm so hyped is that I need to take you back to fucking 18 years ago. 17, no. Oh god, no, I'm 25. 19 years ago, fucking Christ. Shadow the Hedgehog just came out in 2005, and I saw trailers for it on the TV. I didn't know what Shadow the Hedgehog was, because my Sonic experience, I hadn't played Sonic Adventure 2 yet. I had a Dreamcast, but I hadn't played SA2 yet, because I didn't know there was a Sonic Adventure 2, because, there's only so much. I loved SA1. I thought SA1 was the coolest fucking thing ever, and for the record, I still love that game, with nostalgia bias. That Sonic was the coolest fucking thing ever to me. I loved Sonic like it was my brother. Sonic was the coolest fucking thing ever. I had Sonic toys, I had all the Sonic comics, I watched the Sonic Saturday morning show. It was the coolest thing. Suddenly this trailer comes on the TV, right? Like in between episodes of SpongeBob. Shadow the Hedgehog. And he's blowing things up, and he's driving cars, and he's defeating evil aliens, and he's got a gun. 6-year-old me lost his mind. 6-year-old me lost his mind. Sonic was over. Sonic was, what the fuck is Sonic? I was on this. I needed it. And that's when I learned about Sonic Adventure 2. And I begged my parents for it. And we got it in like a second-hand shop. And it was the only thing I played until I got my PS2 when I was like, I think it was actually that Christmas. So I was like 6.5 years old. So it was like 7 months I played SA2 and loved the shit out of it. And for Christmas, I got a PS2. And I got Sonic Heroes. And then I had, Sonic Heroes had Team Dark, so I had even more Shadow. But it wasn't quite there. I got introduced to this fucking badass, sick as shit, dark character. But it wasn't quite there, because it wasn't the Shadow the Hedgehog trailer that I saw. He wasn't going around in a tank or a jeep. He wasn't mowing down aliens and stealing their swords. He wasn't whipping out a gun. He wasn't there. And then I saw it on the shelf. I think it was like my 7th birthday, and I was like, please, can I have that? And even though it was like rated 12, they were like, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, how bad is it going to be? And they got it. And I don't care how janky that game is, because it is a little janky. It ruled my life. I loved it. And I was like, I can't wait for Shadow the Hedgehog 2, not knowing that the game didn't review or sell well because I was 7 years old. And I waited. And I waited for Shadow to be that fucking dark again. To have that edge. To be raw as shit. To be like, fuck it. We're gonna have all these demons and aliens and monsters and have like these dark stormy skies and shit. And it didn't happen. And then, the years went on by, I got a bit older, the Colors era came around, and I concluded and made peace with the idea I was never getting that. Especially when the Colors era started, because Colors era made it very clear from the start it was intended for a much younger audience than even Classic Sonic was. It was intended for like 4 to 6 year olds, not like 7 to 9 year olds, even though I was playing it when I was 4 to 6, but that's besides the point. I had settled in and accepted. So imagine how I've been these past few months since Shadow Generation was announced, when the aliens are back, when Black Doom is front and center, where Shadow is out to kick ass and he has all these blood-infused demonic techniques and attacks and shit, when he's fighting this giant creature 50 times his size that when you attack it, it like bleeds and its body like ripples in effects to it, that you're fighting this robot monstrosity trying to nuke you out of fucking orbit, and it's in like this stormy night sky whilst you're riding this ocean serpent that's like the part of this blood-fused alien DNA. I am like that 6-year-old that saw that Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 trailer and lost his shit is screaming. He is screaming. He is having the time of his life. That is why I am so astronomically, unwaveringly hyped as shit for Shadow Generations, because it's the Shadow the Hedgehog 2 6-year-old me has been waiting for 19 years. I moved DMC5. DMC5 was similar. I had DMC4 at launch, and when I finished it, I went, oh, I can't wait for 5. Little did I know it would be 11 years and 3 months. No, sorry. No, it was 11 years and 3 months, because it came out in January. DMC4 and DMC, well, 11 months and 2.5 months, give or take, was in March. But like now, that's what I mean. Like the sheer gravitational force of how much Shadow Generations is doing to me, and like how fucking excited I am, especially after Sonic Frontiers was everything I could have hoped for after 14 years of not being really what Sonic was about for me. Like, fuck, man. Like, oh. Especially if they use Shadow Generations as the benchmark moving forward. If Sonic Frontiers 2, or whatever they call the next one, has Shadow as like a central character, it's like a big central character in a tiny new environment, but the Doom powers are just an intricate part of his moveset, like innately moving forward. Oh my god, the amount of shit they could do with that. The amount of expansion they could put on that. The idea of the idea of that we could actually one day get Shadow the Hedgehog 2 and it not be a meme. Oh. You know, like, I have goosebumps even thinking about that. The fact that that's not actually impossible and never gonna happen anymore. I'm so happy that we're so far past the fucking 2010s era of Sonic. That 2011, no, I say 2012 till like 2017 when Forces came out. That was such a miserable time to be a fucking Sonic fan because all the games were boring. Forces was complete shit. Sonic Boom was a glitchy mess that didn't work. The original design for the film, the live-action Sonic, that first design became the internet joke of the week for, like, months on end. It was so miserable to be a Sonic fan. And we've come so far to be so much better. Like, after Forces came and went, they really, like, knuckled down and was like, no, shit needs to change on a fundamental level. And getting Ian Flynn in as a core writer was so important.
Back. Ugh, seriously. That officer lady said the renewal process is going to be fast. Now it's dark already. And I'm so hungry.
The only stumble we've had in the modern era was Origins, with Origins just being a subpar port of the classic games. Even Superstars, as much as I don't like some of the boss fights, it's still a very solid game.
Why do you always have to side with somebody else, bro? Even if I was shopping for a while, you could still try to take another angle. It's not like I delayed business for us at the video store or something.
Either way, it's because you went shopping. Alright. I don't want to fight. You're hungry too, yeah? Let's get back to the store, check things over, then get some food. And I'm picking the place today since all the shopping affected business at the video store.
Huh? How come? You're definitely just going to pick noodles again. Let's make a bet. If no customers come by, then I get to choose.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Belle. Jane's like, well, I'm about to...
Sorry to disappoint you, little missy, but it looks like you'll be eating noodles tonight.
Huh? Who are you?
Excuse me. Are you two the owners of this video store? I'd like to rent a movie.
And Belle's like, no, go away, no!
You want to rent a thriller that's about mountains. If we use that as a keyword, then...
It's all my fault. I wasn't paying attention and forgot what the exact title was. Who knew it'd be so hard to remember?
It's a tough search for one thing. But secondly, well, we've already shut down for the day. Rebooting our computers and getting all your customer info would be a bit of a hassle now.
Sorry, headset being weird again.
I see. Seems that's a problem for you. Well, I guess I'd better try my luck at another more professional video store then. Well, good for you then, Missy. Since I'm not technically a customer, I guess you won't have to eat noodles tonight.
Oh, hold on one moment there, dear customer.
Your fucking wise piece of shit. Like, no, I want my noodles.
Yes, so we should honor your effort and find this movie for you.
I just double checking something. There we go. Belle's like, no, 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 go, no, no. She's already said she's going.
Ah, are you sure? Then what about rebooting all the computers and that other stuff?
We can just start a tab under your name for now. It should be fine.
Huh? You sure are quick when it comes to business, bro.
What? I just want to prove that Random Play is the most professional video store there is in town. Excuse me, but about your friend who wants to see the movie, what are they like? Are they brave?
He acts brave on the outside, but doesn't really dare to do anything ever. And he's great at making excuses.
Sounds like an entry-level thriller fan. Oh, isn't that about the same as you, Wise? Which of the new thrillers have you dared to watch?
It might be better not to use me as the benchmark, Belle. As the owner-operator of a video store, I watch each and every movie with the same professional attitude.
Nice! Then after dinner, let's do a little thriller movie marathon.
So far, I've only dared to watch Silent Valley, The Big Hollow, and The Port Peak.
Ah, I've heard of Silent Valley before, but I don't think that's the one my friend wanted.
Really? The Big Hollow doesn't really have much to do with mountains, and it's not even a thriller. So it has to be the Port Peak then. A brutal chainsaw-wielding monster haunts a bunch of backpackers in these wintry mountains. There's plenty of thrilling action with splattering blood and gore. Practically every scene.
Belle, you're getting into this a little too much. Something you want to share?
I think I'm going to have vegetarian noodles tonight.
Judging by your
Also, that was just
description,
Friday the
I'd say
13th.
that it's definitely the Port Peak then. Thank you so much. You really helped me out here. I won't forget it.
Wait a second, miss.
You can keep the change. Use what's left over to treat
Oh,
your sister
that
to her
pose.
favorite dessert. It's on me. Bye now.
Oh, that pose is gonna do things to me. That's so like that. Like that's like the yeah, you got it, girl.
Wow, that rat tyrant girl sure has that riz. I love
No, no, Belle, I forgot you're a fucking child. No, you say Riz. You got rizzed by the rat. No. I forgot. She's like, I think she's like Gen Alpha technically. No. It makes sense. It makes sense, and it's funny. But nah.
I was going to say that she forgot to put her name down in the account book.
No, it's funny. It's not that in the end of the world. And that's not Zuma. That's at least as far as I'm aware. I mean, it's probably a little bit, but that's more Gen Alpha. I don't say Riz. And I do ironically, actually. I can't lie. I do ironically. I just say, oh, they got the Riz. And then I was like, what the fuck? No, it isn't. Well, maybe not to you, dude, but I can see a game just having a bit of fun. That's all they're doing. It's hilarious. It's just them having a bit of fun. And making it topical, because then it fits. They are young teenagers, and of course they'd have young teenager slang. Let random play. Oh, we're back to Belle. Alright, you little fucking Rizzler. That's what I'm going to call her from now on, the Rizzler. These are not real words. Yeah, well, The best words don't have to be real. It's why they're funny. There's a flyer tucked into the notebook. Generous bounties for helpful citizens. Please don't mute Luminous Square. Oh, is this like the fucking whatever this event is? Oh, these might be the new side quests. Get it all. It's just people make up. Hey, fucking, if you want to be technical, the whole dictionary is technically made up words. We just decided they weren't made up anymore. People are allowed to just make up new words and fit for themes and trends and shit like that. It's just real life. Things always carry on. Words always invent themselves and find a way. The trouble is that a lot of these words just explode out a hell of a lot quicker than they ever used to because of the internet. I grew up with Vines. I say yeet all the fucking time. Is yeet any more of a word? No, but no one gets in my case when I say yeet nowadays because we, like, my generation grew up with it and now we're all in our 20s. It's like when the generation before us, when you'd throw something with precision, they'd shout Kobe. Kobe's a name, but it's still something that people just shout. They go, Kobe! Oh, rest in peace. Use proper English. Yeah, but that's just more unfortunate circumstance you grew up in, not something that should be treated as reality for everyone.
Look pretty fancy. We've been so busy with our proxy work.
In reality is, if you're talking to someone proper, it's usually better to be more etiquette with or more elegant with your words. But beyond that, the fuck does it matter? Words are words. If you know what they mean and you know what they're talking about, it's fine. They're literally just words. It doesn't matter.
And take a break somewhere? There's no time.
Also, this is for an event, so I'm not that fussed. This is like I think the main event of 1.1, the Golden Week event.
Aren't you usually the one into holidays? You know, all the shops will have those limited edition items or events prepared. It'll be well worth checking out. Fairy, can you pull up some info online about Camellia?
Oh wait, I like man yells at clouds. Yeah. My favorite version of that meme is like his Grandpa Simpson, like showing up the Cloud, and someone's just photoshopped Cloud from Final Fantasy, like as the Cloud, and this old man shouts at Cloud, and it just looks up at Cloud, and he looks miserable.
Cannot participate in Camellia Golden Week.
Those reviews are all so one-sided. Are you just searching a database of tourist complaints or something?
Master, I have a more efficient proposal for summer enjoyment. Replace the HDD system wallpaper with an HD image of a beach. Set the heater to 38 degrees Celsius and wind to level 5. And play some bustling crowd sound effects.
Bruh.
To implement such an efficient vacation, please say, start.
Barry, you use enough of the electricity bill as it is.
You know, the stores over on 6th Street should be getting ready for Golden Week right about now.
What's the Golden Week?
The deals going on. I'll take care of
like legit just Golden Week. Hell yeah.
You can hit up the shopkeepers and get the lowdown on the street about Camellia Golden Week. We missed out on the festival last time because of work, so let's make up for it this time.
Oh, right, we got new commissions. Yeah, okay, so these are the 1.1 commissions we got for starting. I just picked some of these up quick. So I got stuff to work on off screen. Alright, and they're there. Any other quests? 2, and a few people are out and around. 3 in the Ballet Twins, interesting. Alright, let's fucking do our pickup. Let's do our cycle. So I'm just looking at how long I've been streaming. I probably could have got this main story stuff done by now, but I feel like I've spent like half of this stream waffling. It's been a few days since I've streamed, alright? I'm getting out of the system. Ellen is standing in front of a music store looking troubled. You go ask her what she's looking at. Oh, fancy meeting you here. Yeah, me cheers. Been getting so sleepy in class recently, so if I'd get a CD that would perk me up for class. What do you think would work best? My fault, TV8. Nah, it's alright. Once I started talking about psychology, it was entirely my own fault. I get lost in the topic. And obviously, I'm a huge Sonic fan, and I'm a huge Shadow fan, and I'm ecstatic for Shadow Generations. Fun. Oh, you should have a good ear for this. What I like to listen to before work. Well, before I go to fight Nahano, that is. When I listen to punk, what little desire I have to work just goes straight out the window. Then I make quick work of everything standing between me and clocking out. Thanks for the reminder. Try listening to that before class next time. Maybe you don't see your teacher as standing between you and the bell. Dot in the coffee shop? What? Oh.
Want some?
The event, there's an event drink, okay.
Stopping to take a break can help you go further.
Go grocery vanish into thin air. So right. I can see Nicole from here. Today's the day I'll catch her. There seems to be someone from Nicole being hounded to pay back her debts. Nicole is hiding not far from it. Let's sneak over and take a look. Stand right here. No more to the left. Yeah, the angle is perfect. Doesn't have to hide my face. Hey, you came just at the right time. Those pesky debt collectors won't be able to find me now. What's with the expression? You're not doing this because I'm afraid my enemies will recognize me. I'm just hiding from a teensy tiny debt is all. Oh, I got your back. Oh, like, all reliable out of the blue. My heart racing a bit, you know. Or maybe it's because I'm a bit too close to my debt collectors. I spent some time whispering with Nicole. For the time being, she seems to succeed in keeping the debt collectors away. You and I are ripping into some actual gameplay, yeah. I don't mean it to be, I just get distracted. Like I said, because of like my mindset of I know I won't be focusing on the game and I don't want to miss things, especially if it's a game I care about, I end up stopping so I can actually have the conversation. V2s, I want to get the events of the DLC characters, fair enough. Speaking of Nep, I made a joke about it earlier, but it is something... We have no confirmation whatsoever. It's just something that could happen. There's I don't know what the licensed game is on my head, but there's a licensed game that Idea Factory are involved with, and it's been delayed by a decent chunk. And a few people are concerned that that might mean that, you know, games that haven't been like officially announced yet, like Nep 5 and Dirk 3, even though they have been announced to be coming, but you know what I mean. Might be getting internal delays as well for the schedule. Obviously, we don't know that, and it could all be hogwash. But it's people are slightly concerned because of that being delayed. That maybe like other stuff will get delayed. Which, if that happens, I lose sleep over it. It happens. But it's just something that's been on people's minds. But anyway, let's go continue this on with Wise. Yeah. Our business asset credentials got cleared. The Lumina branch public security papers for the whole process. Oh, they're gonna go get distracted again, having the right papers and shit.
From public security, the process of renewing our business license went quite smoothly, but it seems like we still need to visit the public security office anyway.
Off we go. Let's go to Luminous Square now and do some shopping.
Don't forget, the main goal here is to renew the business license. You don't want to be out shopping all day and then come home late to noodles again, do you? Speaking of which, I wonder how that customer is doing. The one who rented the Port Peak last time. Alright, 18. Can you please remember to keep an eye out for a spunky Thyron girl today? If she comes to return
Spunky Thyron girl.
Please get her name.
Alright, Wise.
Or register her as a member.
Meanwhile, the Mountain Lions transfer station inside the Ballot Twins Hollow. So I'm just going to check my mic again, 1 second.
Somebody must be thinking about me. I wonder who.
Yeah, alright, we're all good. Alright, Jane, I see how it is.
Jane, you're finally back. I've missed you, you know.
Oh, it's you. That's rather disappointing. And this is what you missed, right?
Oh, all right. The Port Peak in HD. And it's the special videotape release with 20 seconds of extra footage. I'm gonna put this on right now.
Go right ahead. There's lots of thrilling action scenes, and loads of blood and gore with chopped limbs flying around. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Why so quiet all of a sudden? You scared?
Yeah, right. It's just, I feel like when we're at work, we should be a little more serious. I'll stand guard a little longer, and then when the others come back, I'll... Hey! Hold on! Why did you bring the hostages out again?
Jane, you're back. You sure have been working hard. I'm going to take the hostages to the restroom.
Again? How many times have you taken them already?
You can only blame yourselves. What do you expect after giving me so much water?
Oh yeah, right,
Don't you
Seth,
just
what
go
about
in
you?
your cell?
Go in my cell? Have you no shame? Everybody can see.
Well, I go like that all the time. But if I keep doing that, our jail won't be very habitable anymore.
Did you have to go there?
Fine. Take them out. We can't have our little officer losing his dignity now. Do you need to call a few more guards to go with you? There could be ethereals lurking around this area.
No sweat, Jane. The bathroom isn't far, and besides, I know all the fissures and shortcuts around this part of the hollow. We'll be right back.
Speaks to the sharp-witted henchman. Miss Jane, you're back. What are you doing here? Where's the supply guard? Oh, him? He said his cheeks were really sore and his wrist was itchy, and he couldn't take it any longer, so he ran off to the restroom. What did you manage to get? I see word gets around. The supplies are just outside the transfer station, so go do me a solid and fetch those for me, would you? Alright, but we need to guard that to handle the inventory and distribution of supplies. We should wait for him. Miss Jane, you've been at it all night. Why don't you take a break? Check on Seth and the guards. No need. I'm still wide awake. Never mind that. Seth and that guard. Am I imagining things, or is something going on here?
For a trip to the bathroom, they sure are taking their time. Hey, what have you been feeding the hostages?
Well, same as us. Some hardtack and some water. Oh, right. According to your instructions, we were sure to pump that one from PubSec full of water. And he ate the gross, salty, fish-flavored hardtack, too.
And the medication?
You mean the muscle relaxants? We have lowered the dosage before stopping it completely, just like you ordered.
Really? Then they shouldn't be so slow.
Maybe they ran out of paper.
Not good. We have a problem. Gone. All gone.
I knew it. Here you go, take this. My mom always taught me to keep a spare roll on me.
Huh? What's this? Toilet paper?
Yeah, the bathroom's out of toilet paper. Right?
Oh, no! The hostages! The hostages all gone! The hostages! The guard!
These guys are fucking idiots.
Officer, everyone's gone! The guard in the bathroom got knocked out, and that rookie escorting them betrayed us! He escaped with the hostages!
What?
The patrol has gone to update the boss! There's nothing he hates more than traitors. You can bet he's gonna come over here personally! We have got to go catch them, otherwise we're all in for it!
That kid, he really convinced someone to betray us. Listen up. Leave the chase to me. You'll only slow things down. Everybody just wait for the boss at the transfer station.
Okay.
Didn't see this coming. Up ahead. They sure are fast.
That's not what the text in the corner said. That said that idiot. Commit to your insults, Jane. I believe in you. Oh, I get to play a super fast, snappy hot fun character again. I need to wait until she gets into her synergy mode.
That idiot is triggering all the traps. What the? Cluster bombs? And a laser net. The smell. Watch out. Ethereal. Gotta focus on dodging. Good thing they didn't get attacked. Hurts, don't it?
And there's more of the hostages escaping.
They managed to make it deeper into the building. Not bad.
Oh, this music's so nice. We get to listen to more of this peak.
Seems I got my exercise for the day.
She's so fucking snappy. She's genuinely like one of the most fun characters to play in this game so far. Like, Jesus Christ, she's just so fucking like swoop to whoop she's in.
They should be just up ahead. Gotta hurry.
Oh, the mission ends there, okay.
Seth, did they really give you muscle relaxants? How did you manage to run faster than us the whole way?
The thing with muscles is, as long as you're reasonable with them and motivate them, they'll always be able to move.
In what universe does that make any sense? Oh god. That's it. I can't keep running it.
No, just keep up. Didn't you just say we're almost at the exit?
No. We're already here. This is the exit.
Ah, I see. Let's go, people. You two head out first.
Are you sure? But you're weak, officer. Wouldn't it be better if you got out first?
Don't worry about me. Time is of the essence, and you all need to get out of here. Quick!
Thank you, Officer Seth. If it weren't for you, we definitely would have been...
All in a day's work for a public security officer. Come on! Okay, you're next. What's wrong?
Seth, can I really cross over to the other side? Can I really start all over again? Could someone like me really get another chance?
That's not for me to decide. But if you stay here, you'll never find out.
Thank you, Seth.
Wait!
Damn, they caught up!
You stay away from me! I'm turning my back on this life of crime, Jane. You should do the same.
Shut up and listen. There are other paths you can take.
Oh, what other paths?
That voice, it's Razor the Mountain Lion.
So just getting staticky again. A stern voice rings out from behind them. Bustling footsteps and shouts can be heard approaching in the distance. The main forces of the Mountain Lion gang surround them.
We're surrounded. Just stay behind me.
The rules of the streets, the rules of the gang, my rules. None tolerate a traitor. So, Jane, what other paths do they have?
Only surrender, of course. Surrender and submission.
According to the rules, traitors should suffer a fate worse than death. But
Good call, you nearly blew your fucking cover there, Jane.
I'm willing to give a second chance. You! Kill the PubSec scum and I'll let you off lightly. I'll give you 3 seconds to think it over. 3,
2, 1. I refuse.
Some gunfire rings out and the barrage of bullets fly upwards towards the two of them.
Behave yourself, you rotten traitor! Oh, he refused your proposal, Jane. You know what to do next.
Let me go! Don't you dare harm him!
Give me another chance.
Stop it! Jane! Don't do it! You can still turn this around!
Anything else to say?
I want to start over.
I know. You will.
Don't worry. You're up next. Jane, what are you doing? You breaking the rules now, too?
No way, boss. Just, didn't you say, when the time's right, I can become a bodyguard?
Yeah, so what?
We mountain lions are fierce and unbeatable. Not even those pubsec idiots can stop us. It'd be a waste to get rid of him like this, don't you think?
What's your point?
With him here, I think the time has come. Let me fight in front of the gang to prove myself and earn a shot at promotion. I propose a duel in the Lion's Den.
Hold it, Jane. Don't think you're all that. Only the boss calls the shots.
Gentlemen, are you still in the dark? About the rumors on the streets? They say that in front of PubSec, mountain lions are just little scaredy cats. Our brothers caught, business stolen, operations ruined, territory shrinking. And what did we do in response? We ran. We hid. Scattered like mice, with our heads down. Lions are creatures that hold honor above all. And this PubSec officer is the perfect opportunity to prove ours. Let this duel make it clear to all other gangs. We are real lions. And not some scaredy cats.
Boss, I think Jane actually has a point.
Damn right, boss. How long have we been pushed around?
Lions!
She's such a fucking manipulator.
We support you!
Everyone in the gang's on her side because she's been toying and like putting words in their heads like this whole fucking quest. She's been setting them all up piece by piece to think that she's like some golden goddess to the group.
Well, Razor, what do you say?
When the Lion's Den is ready, I'll send someone for you. Until then, keep an eye on the cat. You got it, boss.
You got it, boss. Fucking.
I won't let you down.
All the fucking henchmen, like the old school goons. You got it, boss. Whatever you say, boss. Only the boss makes the decision. That was sick. Hey, I wonder if that other guy's actually dead or if he like landed somewhere. Considering Jane Doe's undercover, I think she would. I'd like to think she'd try and find a way to still save that guy, but I don't know. Maybe she knew where he was going to land. Well, supplies for the escape already. With these, our chances of survival should go up. It is what it is. It is what it is. Better to find a way to get this done in the duel with Seth. I am prepared. I'm prepared. I will finish this mission and gnaw a hole in the necks of these mountain lions. A short while later at the mountain lions transfer station. To also escape plus the upcoming duel, Razor decides to evacuate the station early. Restless, the gang begins packing everything up in a hurry.
I finally managed to... The escape supplies are all ready. My route and universal keycard are all sorted. I just need a way to rescue Seth before our duel. Plus, there's that guard kid. I dropped him off in a place where there were warnings of fissures potentially opening. He said he's been at this transfer station a while and knows all the fissures and shortcuts around this area. Guess I can only hope that he was telling the truth. Please, please be safe.
Oh, so our strong newcomer who's going all out to become a bodyguard is someone who says her prayers, huh?
Just a little pregame prayer, nothing more. But as for you, don't tell me a majestic mountain lion bodyguard would stoop to eavesdropping.
Seems like this will be easier then, given you know I'm a bodyguard. I'm here on the boss's orders to take you to the Lion's Den.
So, everything's already set up for the fight? No need to shower, get changed, go over the rules, paint up some lion shirts, or anything like that? Come on, I was just kidding, Mr. Bodyguard. You don't have to be so nervous.
I'll guide you through the fissure into the Lion's Den. We leave now.
Gotcha. Just let me pack my things and then...
We leave now.
Why the rush? The Lion's Den isn't going anywhere. At least let me fix my makeup, okay?
Jane, are you going to ignore the rules of the mountain lions?
Fine, fine. Let's go now then. You lead the way, Mr. Bodyguard. Ugh, it's starting so quickly that I didn't have time to grab my escape supplies. I had a feeling something like this might happen. Looks like I'll have to come up with an escape plan on the fly.
Jane follows the mountain lion bodyguard down a corridor and through the innermost fissure. The strange feeling of ether energy brushing against her skin causes a slight tingling sensation. Stepping out of the fissure, Jane finds herself in a completely unexpected place.
Is this... Hollow Zero? So the Lion's Den is hidden inside Hollow Zero.
Sometimes the most dangerous place is also the safest. Those pubsec cowards never go anywhere dangerous, but we mountain lions aren't afraid.
So that's it. The mountain lions know the location of a stable fissure leading to Hollow Zero from a companion hollow. Every time they need to escape, they flee to this area in Hollow Zero. That's why public security could never find or catch them. No wonder that transfer station is churning out supplies for anti-corruption serum. They must be used for holing up inside Hollow Zero. Once they're out of danger, they can slip out of the fissure and escape. Impressive. That's a risky strategy that only a group as bold and talented as yourselves could pull off.
Don't be envious. You'll be joining our group of bold and talented people soon enough. But you have to prove yourself.
Hey.
That was very quick. Hey, I didn't get to read any of that. That was so instant. Bodyguard shoves Jane from behind, forcing her to fall down to the platform on which they were standing.
The duel will be just up those stairs there. You can go up once you meet all the requirements.
Hang on. Nobody said anything about a qualification round before the duel.
Becoming a bodyguard is the boss's way of
Alright, no worries, dude. Thanks for popping in. Well, I think we're just starting the last act of this. We have Jane.
If you want a shot at the duel,
you take care of yourself, dude.
To make it there on your own. This is also one
we get to see how she's actually, because we know she's a double agent. That's been made very clear. She's a criminal psychologist of the PubSec. It's just to see how this plays out.
Rules. Plus, weren't you praying just now? This little trial should be a cinch for you. Come on, newbie. We're looking forward to seeing how you do.
Alright, combat trial.
Seriously, another task to collect access cards. Need 3 cards. They really couldn't come up with anything better to test me. Let's start investigating. The target's over there. Don't be sorry. It'll be over soon enough. Want some more?
God, yeah, fucking Jesus Christ, I'm rolling for Jane. I'm rolling for Jane in a couple of weeks. She's so fun. I was thinking about it anyway because I want another anomaly character, but fuck, she's fun.
That's the first access card.
To be honest, it might be the last one for a while because I'm not that interested in either Burnus or Caesar.
Oh, it's easy. I just need to beat all of you up.
And also, like, with Jane, I will actually have a second full team at that point. So I can start working on that and don't need to really worry about other characters.
Ready or not, here I come. Let's keep going.
Okay, we're not going to go that way.
An ambush. So predictable.
Oops, sorry.
Great. That's the second access card.
Oh, now we're going to go back the other way.
Find.
Yep.
So you were here too. Don't expect me to go easy on you.
Here's a taste of the abyss. I'll make it painless. Done. Ready or not, here I come.
Oh, have you got the Fed card on you?
All right, that's all 3 of them. Time to go and get promoted.
Alright, let's see how this goes down. And I'll fight with... Will inevitably be a fight with Razor. After clearing the Mountain Lion Gang's trial, Jane ascends the stairs. Atop the platform, Razor's Mountain Lion bodyguards await, along with 2 other people.
Razor, what a great surprise. Are you here to congratulate me on passing the trial? I see you even brought that little pubsec prince with you.
Jane! They...
Sorry, headset again.
Shut up, you pubsec.
Careful with the goods. He's going to be my trophy in a moment. I want to defeat a real, living public security officer. To have the gang cheering my name, and to feel the joy of stomping him into the ground. Don't spoil my fun.
Jane Doe, the new cub of the Mountain Lions. You have completed the path of promotion and earned the recognition of the gang. You hereby qualify as my loyal and trusted bodyguard.
It's an honor, boss.
But there's one final step to take before you earn your official place in the duel.
Whatever you say, boss. But before that...
Huh?
As she raises orders, Jane suddenly turns around to dodge a bodyguard who is approaching her from behind with a weapon. Jane restrains the assailant.
Trying to ambush me, huh? Afraid I'm coming for your position. Guess you couldn't help being anxious. And you even dared to pull a cheap trick like that in front of the boss.
I was just gonna break one of your hands, that's all!
You really think I'm gonna forgive you just because you spilled the beans so easily? Kindergarten ended 20 years ago, buddy. Go explain yourself to the boss.
The boss is the one that ordered it.
Explain anything, because...
Huh?
Shot Pain shoots him behind and unexpectedly flings her in the air.
Break one of her hands. That was my order.
Boss, Razor, you... why?
Jane, I want you to lose to this pubsec punk in the duel. Then I can go up there and kill him myself. As long as you fight well enough, I'll arrange for someone to escort you to a hospital in New Eridu immediately after the duel. This is one of my rules for your promotion.
You're asking me to go up there and lose on purpose and pretend it's real? What kind of stupid rule is that?
Without responding, Razor leaps forward and picks Jane up by the throat, as if already knowing what would happen next. The other lackeys back away with sinister smiles.
You're a cut above the rest, Jane, but you're always missing the point. The rules of the fight, the rules of promotion, my rules. The point isn't the rules, it's that they're mine. Me, Razor. I'm the only authority. I'm the only explanation. And I'm the only leader. I am the Mountain Lion, and only I represent the Mountain Lions. I need bodyguards who can protect me and my reputation, not some stinking ambitious rat. You've already defied me twice now in front of everyone, strutting your stuff around in my gang. I've been lenient enough to not just get rid of you, so you'd better listen to my orders now. Understand?
So, this whole circus is just because you're afraid of losing face and status? I thought you might have figured out my secret. But it turns out, a stopped clock is right twice a day.
Secret? What do you mean?
The same narrow-minded thinking and boring ambitions. All you're doing is fighting for power like stray cats on the street. How ridiculous.
You think you're all that with your arrogant attitude. That's what I hate about you. But it doesn't matter. I've got loads of time. So, let me teach you a little something about my rules.
Oh hey, they've both saved each other's life at least once now. She saved him and he saved her.
I can't stand dishonesty. I've heard enough and I've taken enough. You demand loyalty, but will sacrifice your companions on a whim for your own greed. Jane, do you get it now? The filthy nature of these gangsters. If you would have just agreed to my terms, we could have avoided all this nonsense. But you're just so obsessed with... hang on. What did you say?
I agree to your terms. Turning over a new leaf, changing for the better. Okay, I agree.
Huh?
I mean it. Just try pulling on the cuffs with both hands.
It's no use. The muscle relaxants have... Huh? They broke. My strength is back. But how?
You sweat more being agitated, and you drink a lot of water. Right?
I don't want to talk about the bathroom, Jane.
Urination.
Yeah. Oh, I love these two.
Enough to almost completely process the medicine.
So that's why you made me drink all that.
He was setting him up.
Jane,
he was setting him
now
up.
You betray me.
Well, you heard him. I'm tired of the drama. I'm done, and I can let myself out. I've already got the key.
Card? You swiped it when you were getting beaten up? Fine. Even better. I'll just kill the traitor then. It'll boost my rep all the same. I'll show you how much weight a mountain lion thing carries.
Hey, I fought this boss once before. He fucked me up. It was like an event thing where you could fight him. Oh yeah, I've got second. I probably can actually beat him. Another fucking character.
Found your weakness.
Damn it! My armor's failing!
Ready or not, here I come. Now, you're the prey. Don't get
Obviously, this is the story mode version, so it'll be a little easier. But the one fighting the event is annoying as shit.
Execution! You're so damn coward! Petty tricks won't save you! My power system's down!
You're under arrest!
After a while, somewhere in the Ballet Twins transfer station escape route.
Get them! Don't let them escape! Avenge the boss!
These guys are so persistent. Are they really that hungry for revenge?
You're underestimating Razor's influence.
Go around! Go around! There's only one exit fissure! We'll cut them off!
We finally made it.
Jane, I never thought you'd dare to take out Razor. I knew there was something off about you right from the...
Yeah, all right already. We're about to fight, so save your breath. What? You think you're the big boss man now that Razor isn't around anymore?
Ha! Still acting smug even though it's the end now, huh? You'll regret hurting the boss!
All you talk about is the boss, and follow him around like a little lapdog. What did you like about him anyway? How loud he got when he was cussing you out? You into that.
You... shut your mouth!
Am I wrong? I never saw Razor show you any kindness, yet you still liked him? Don't tell me you see him as a father figure.
Ooh, don't tell me.
Jane,
Yeah, even Steph's like, ooh, hang on a minute, girlfriend.
Even the PubSec officer thinks you're pathetic. The big bad daddy who cussed you out every day is gone, and yet you still miss him. What are you? A bunch of daddy's boys.
Hang on, I did not say that.
I said shut up! You traitor! I'm gonna make you pay! We cubs of the mountain lions will...
Actually, Cubs isn't completely accurate. I certainly didn't think of Razor as a father figure.
I know! It's just a metaphor, get it? Don't let that sewer rat toy with you anymore! We've got them surrounded! Get them!
What's going on? Was that coming from the fissure?
Yep, she's already informed.
Anything you
PubSec.
say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
And the guy, that was the informant to get out.
Captain Zhou Yuan, Jingyi, everyone! And you're that guard kid. You're still alive? How?
You're surrounded. Lay down your weapons and surrender.
Oh, poor Seth, he's not in the loop. I can see why, like, Seth and Jane get shipped. I like the dynamic. The kind of naive goody two-shoes, like Cat Guy, and the very sneaky and conniving, but best interest at heart and knows how to play people around Ratgirl. Like, okay, I can see it. The fact that, like, the whole reason why she had that whole thing of, like, sweating him out and drinking so much was to, like, basically sweat out all of the, sedations, basically. Like, to get rid of them quicker. That was, later, outside the meeting room at the Lumina Square precinct of NEPS.
Wait, you yawn at work too, Jingyi? Aren't you an automaton?
Yes, but that's irrelevant. Exhaustion is a state of mind, not the body. Or, to put it another way, yawning is like the soul burping from eating too much boredom. Plus, yawns are contagious.
No way! There's no way I'll yawn before the captain gets out of the commendation meeting. Ah, dang it.
Listen to your elders. Anyway, I'm bored right now, so could you do that thing again, Seth?
What? No, I don't want to.
Don't be shy. Here, I'll help you start. Captain, please listen to me. I'm with a mountain lion bodyguard called Jane. I'm supposed to arrest her, but I've persuaded her to turn over a new leaf. I'll bet my reputation that she can change. Captain, please trust me.
Come on, Jingyi. Enough already.
And then Zhou replies.
Seth, let me introduce you. This is Jane Doe, a criminal behavioral expert who's been working with us for a long time now. She's part of the operation as an informant. I'm sorry that the situation was a bit complicated this time. I'll tell you more details later.
Captain, is the meeting over? How can you remember everything so perfectly?
Oh, how could I forget? Especially with your funny expression at the time, Seth. But don't be upset. It's thanks to you and Jane that we could finally wrap up this whole operation. You can be happy about that.
Speaking of which, what about Jane? Why isn't she here for the secret commendation?
Apparently, there's a new case that requires her as a consultant, and she's already set out to make preparations. She said she needed to go repay a favor first?
Oh yeah, she needs to actually go put a name on at random play, right.
Still crooked?
I think a little to the left? No, try a little to the right.
Well, we've been over this 3 times already. Just give me an accurate answer so I can hang up this business license. And if you can't tell, then ask Fairy to help you.
Come on, bro. How could you say that? I'm totally serious in watching you hang it, aren't I?
Fine. So is it still crooked now, or...?
A little more to the left? A little to the right. What a hassle.
A real hassle, huh? But the smile on your face is lighting up the room.
Huh? You're the rat Thyron who rented the poor peak last time.
Glad you remember me. Am I interrupting something important here?
Not at all. I was just getting back at my brother for always making me eat noodles whenever we go out shopping.
So that's how it is. You can come down now, Mr. Manager. It's hanging perfectly straight now. You got it.
Oh, my hands are sore now. Thanks for rescuing me there. Are you here to return the videotape?
That's right. I brought back your copy of The Poor Peak. Here you go.
Got it. The tape doesn't seem damaged at all. Great. I'll just get your deposit back for you. 1 second.
So how was it? Is your friend hooked on it now?
Huh? My friend? Who do you mean?
Huh? Last time, didn't you say that you were renting it out for a friend? You said that he pretends to be brave, but is actually a wimp. Just like my bro here.
I can hear you, you know.
Ah, right. I guess I did say that. Sorry, my memory isn't the best. I even forgot what my friend said about the movie. To compensate, let me register for your highest tier membership. And I'll buy your highest value gift card. Plus, I'll be sure to recommend your store to all my friends. Okay?
Yeah, because they inadvertently helped her get, like, her pieces of trust in place for a plan to play out, so she feels like she owes them. So this is her way of doing it whilst not making a thing of it.
Oh, no worries at all. I'm always the one who forgets things. But let me get that membership card for you right now.
Thanks for your patronage. Your gift card is ready. May I ask your name for the account?
You can call me Jane.
Aww. That was cool. Is that everything for it? Oh no, we're still in action, so yeah, we still got to take a break and stop. I just want to, like, I can see... Why is he hanging like a cool guy? I can see the ship. I can see it very clearly now. I was wondering at the start of this, like, why are people... Like, people never do straight ships in Hoyoverse. I can see it. These two have, like... Those two have a nice connection, Seth and Jane. I can see it. And like getting sent to a brutal yet cunning gang that's caused a lot of harm to citizens. This tough syndicate got taken up by public security. Despite the different points of view, those officers exact their own standards of justice in their own way. And even though we don't know who the hero of that day was, I'm sure they did so out of the goodness of their heart. Things are quiet again, you just keep raising your internet level. Oh, okay, now it says, hey, you've done all the main story stuff, you're good. That was fun! I really liked that special episode. Jane's a really fun character, too. And I do actually, yeah, genuinely enjoy the dynamic she has with Seth. I think that's a really fun dynamic that she has. Oh god, I've got a lot to do. But there is still one more thing to do, but we won't do it today. The last thing left before I can effectively say we're done for now, assuming, like, depending on how future updates go. Shingi's story quest, but we're not going to do that today. We'll do that later in the week. In fact, I think my next stream for it is Saturday or Sunday, one or the other. I haven't checked my schedule right now, but when we do, we'll do that. So it'll probably be a shorter stream because it's just be that, but we'll do that then. But this was genuinely really fun. But you know what that means? If we're at the end of the stream, I haven't got many rolls. I've got Xingyi finally. Can you see? It went down to like 14 on like the signal guarantee before I finally got her. I'm now working on trying to get her weapon. Headset messing around again. I'm hopeful I can get the weapon. It'd be really nice, but who knows. Apparently there's a way to spot if it's an S before this bit, because that starts flashing when it's an S. But I haven't like looked into it yet, but no luck. But I really enjoyed that story quest. That was one of the better story quests in the game. That was fun. Jane is a really fun character. It was nice to play as someone else. The whole story arc was pretty cool. Just in general, it was a pretty fun time. Oh, it's gonna be in this. But all we got left is this. Oh, that's okay. So special episode. God, fucking Jesus. The artwork. Should tail. Be blood center to connect food interaction. I wonder what the fourth slot will be then. So special episodes probably what we're going to get more often. The Faith and Story will probably continue in 2.0. If I had to hazard a guess. With whatever comes after Midnight Pursuit. Either Chapter 3... I mean, we might get Chapter 3 Interlude before then, but we won't get Chapter 4 until 2.0, I imagine. And then all we got for Agent Stories is we need to do Xingyi's, which we will do next time. But that being said, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, check out my Hitman Blood Money review. I really enjoyed making it and had a lot of time like put into like all the editing and all that bullshit. It was really fun, and I hope you enjoy watching it if you haven't already. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps the channel grow. Additionally, you can find my Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal in the description of every single video. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace.